My mornings are chaos. I need coffee that works as hard as I do. That's why I drink Everyday Dose, coffee with benefits. It's rich, delicious coffee boosted with mushrooms, collagen, and nootropics. Everything I need for focus and balance. Ready in 30 seconds. Right now, get 61% off your first Coffee Plus starter kit and over $100 in free gifts. Plus, enter for a chance to win $100 cash or get your entire order refunded. Visit everydaydose.com/podcast or use code podcast at checkout.
After the holidays, there's so much to clean up and get ready for the coming year. This leaves me exhausted and a lot of things falling off my to-do list. It's time to lock in, and Omaha Steaks delivers everything you crave to reset after the holidays. An order from them means having high-quality Omaha steaks on hand at all times. I'm a big meat lover myself, and I always go with medium rare. But there's also plenty of poultry and other options available. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. A family-owned company with over 100 years of expertise in the meat industry. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their end-of-season sale. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code YUM at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com, promo code YUM. Terms apply. See site for details. Go to www.omahasteaks.com to get 50% off site-wide during their end-of-season sale and use promo code YUM at checkout for an extra $35 off. Minimum purchase may apply. Thanks to Omaha Steaks for sponsoring us.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Altar Call MAFS. I'm your host, Tane, here to talk about, I want to rebrand it. I want to call it What the Fuck Did I Just Watch? But it is USA, and I'm shook. I'm shooketh. I'm shooketh. I don't know what I am, but this was a lot. But here to be shooketh with me is my co-host for Love is Blind, which is Brian from Maps Virgin. Hi, Brian.
I feel unwell. I feel sick a little bit. I always say that when I watch Love is Blind, I want mess and I want triangles and I want lies and I got all of it and I don't feel good about it. It's like when you want some cheesecake and then you eat the whole cheesecake and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have had the whole thing. Like this is too much.
I think it will be better for me to accept that they are going to the mess. They're not, what is love? No, what is that? No love, no connections, no nothing. We don't care if love is blind. We just want the mess and just accept it, Tane, and your life will be better. Because I'm all like, oh, I don't mind the mess, but I want to see the connections. And I'm the idiot who sees them in the pods. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. And then I'm reminded that the heart of man is wicked. And also, humans gone human. And the true colors come out. But
listen,
yes.
I had my bachelor party in Denver. Had a great time. My brother went to jail. I also will never go back because now that I've seen what they did with Maps in Denver and Love is Blind in Denver, I should not be there. These are dangerous people.
This is what I said when they announced it was, why are we going back to Denver when we did not have a good experience when we were there? So why are we doing this? It's the same production company, unless they're already committed, unless maybe there's some kind of arrangements with the city of Denver. I don't know.
They probably get a tax break, but I mean, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't a good experience, so I would have just scrapped it. I mean, there's only one black couple, questionable question mark. We see what happened to Lauren, and it was just like, it's okay. You went in Minneapolis, there was no black people, do what you do, but don't try to fit a square into a round hole and give us whatever this is.
Yeah.
But
what about Dio? I bet Dio would have been a fine black dude to have on this show.
Well,
he was on there in his flannel.
Shout out Nigeria. But
Right.
I tell you guys all the time, if a Nigerian is not a reality show, it's not complete. It's just like they throw us in there for every time. But he probably didn't connect to someone. He probably had a journey, like the producer's gonna say, we didn't think it was worth. We have to devote time to the people that we think.
Force it. This is not good representation for us.
He did seem to have like a British accent. I think I caught that a
little bit.
Yeah. But wait, before we dive into all of this, like, we got to talk about maps, even though I am celebrating something, Brian. I went out of
Mm.
town. I mean, we recorded when I was out of town, so you know it's true I was out of town. And I came
Hmm.
back and I did not fall sick.
I was gonna say you don't sound congested. It's a
I,
miracle.
it's a small win, guys, but I'm taking it because you know how it usually happens. But
Hmm.
anyways, I don't want to bury the lead. The lead is that Maps is back. We've
Hmm.
been waiting for this. We're excited about this. And then the news dropped. And then I don't know if we're still excited about it. And when I say we, I just mean we as podcasters because
Yeah.
Maps is back on the 23rd. And for a show that used to consume like half a year, 6 months of our
6 months.
lives, a never ending story, it is now start to finish 1 month, 30 days.
Hmm.
If even that, it's going to be 4 episodes in the first drop, then 3 episodes and three, and then the reunion and the finale. Like, you know what? Hallelujah. Good job that you can condense it. And I believe they said it's hour-long episodes.
Yep.
Great. But we've been doing this for what? Like, I've been doing this for like 5 years now.
Hmm.
How am I supposed to adjust it? I mean, it's possible I'm being dramatic, but it's just now it has to be condensed. And some may say, oh, we're doing this with Love is Blind. So what's the issue? It's different. Like,
It's different. It's different because I'm not used to it. It's different because I'm like you said, I'm used to the show taking up half my year.
yeah.
And we only did one season of Maths so far, so like I'm new to the Maths podcasting space, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, great. When it comes back, I can book out like 6 months. Pretty easy to have a schedule set. No need to worry about what are we going to watch in the off season and all that. And then it
Yeah.
came, and it was like, all right, I called Kim, and I was like, so what are we going to do? And she was basically like, listen, I don't give two damns. We get paid from ad revenue. We're making one episode per episode. And we're just going to put out 4 episodes in 1 week. Like, is what we're going to have to do because, I'm not down to put out 4 episodes of our flagship show. Like, that's
Yeah.
not, I don't want to have to try to condense down 4 episodes into 1 hour of an episode either. Like, it's just, if y'all are trying to fuck me, I'm going to fuck right back. So we are doing every episode gets 1 episode of our show. I
Brian,
think that's how we're gonna do it.
I'm sure Kinetic is not gonna feel the
I,
effects of you fucking them right back.
I'm shaking a fist. Like they're gonna know, all right? One of these days they're gonna find out.
Well, I mean, Brian is one step ahead of me. He knows how he's going to format that out. I'm still trying to figure out what the best way to move forward is. So hopefully you guys still tune in and there will be recaps. Like it's not a matter of that. It's just in what way is it going to
Mm-hmm.
come out? I think the sad part for it is that according to Maths fan, our trusted math source, because she broke the
Mm-hmm.
news and, even the couples, she broke that way earlier in the year. I said she. I don't know if it's a she. I'm just,
I mean,
just,
I
shame
assume
on
it's
me.
Chris Colin. Is it Chris Colin with a burner account? Because somehow Mavs fan has all of the information a year in advance and like
Yeah.
all the good stuff, and doesn't do like a podcast and interviews and stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's just Chris Colin.
All right, Brian. Tinfoil hat off.
I've got a
Okay.
theory.
um, After Party's not coming back. Like, that really bums me out because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, unless maybe the editing is now so much better, After Party gave us so much context as to what was happening, what was going on. And it was just such a joy to have Keisha on our
Yep.
screens, just grilling these people and trying to be big auntie to them and all that. So doesn't look like that's happening. And, that's sad. But much like
Yeah.
everything, there's a lot of change in the world and we're adopting, whether well, we don't know, but we'll adapt. But yay, Maps is back. And at least I think they signed a contract we're going to be on for a while. So it's
Yeah.
not like it's
Multiple
being
seasons.
canceled. So, and
Right.
like I said before, this was filmed with Lifetime in mind. So who knows if there's still going to be way more changes for the next season. And this is just, let's just get this out the way and then we can do things the way we want to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the win and we're happy that Maps is back. Okay. And that's
Exactly.
again, October 23rd is the first drop of the 4 eps. At least we don't have to wait till like 8 p.m.
Right? That
Drop
helps. I can
8
get up
a.m.
at 7 and watch
Mhm.
4 episodes and record an episode. That's
Yeah.
not so bad.
Who has a life? Just watch TV. Yeah.
I draw pictures for a living. I got nothing but free time.
Reminding you guys that you can join my Patreon, patreon.com/AltoCallMEFS. If you have an iPhone, do not go through your app. They will charge you extra fees. Use the desktop. There's no fees on there. Sister Wives is back. I'm going to have a recap on there next week. You can be a free member. You don't have to. There are different tiers on there. If the ads are so annoying, You can join that ad. If you like the bonus episodes, you can do that. If you like to get the episodes early, you can do that too. But if you don't want any of that, you can join for free. We just chat about stuff, and sometimes we have free episodes. I say we, it's just me and my multiple personalities.
The royal we.
They're free episodes that, the challenge recaps. It's not like a deep dive, but I just do like a quick recap of the episodes. Those are free to everyone on the Patreon. So join up if you'd like. Lots of content on the regular feed. Just a reminder. I just had an episode with Jason. It's a maths episode because it's just been a while, and I think it dropped right before they announced that it was coming back. And it's the Very Ready Done Dirty, where we count down, go through all the seasons of all the brides that were very ready to get married, but were done dirty by the people that they were matched up with. And Brian was all up in there, caping for Kate.
Because Kate was done the dirtiest. Like, I understand. This is recency bias, I feel like. Like, yes, Paige was done dirty. We can all agree with that.
Yeah.
However, Paige did herself dirty by keep on coming back.
They all did.
Well, they all did, but Katie was accused of being a sexual predator. Luke was like, no, she basically held me down and made me do it, and I didn't want to. I'm just like, this is on TV.
I do not remember it that way, but maybe it's a recency bias thing, because, hey, somebody else was, fighting for Jessica to, like, Castro, but then we were arguing, it's like, is it things off the show, on the show? So, see, it's all
I also just watched her season, like, 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And there were things that I had forgotten, like on their anniversary, on the 1 month, he set his alarm to get up and leave at like 6 a.m. and just stayed gone all day and came home at like 8 p.m. empty handed, didn't say anything to her. Like this man was a monster. And so I think that Chris from Chris and Paige was just like a moron, just like an absolute idiot that didn't understand human interaction. Luke was malicious. And so that is a hill I will die on. She's always number one for me.
That's the beauty of it. It's like everybody has whoever it is that they're keeping for. So check that out. I had an interview with Amber following up on the season 9 rewatch that we had. Go check it out, and she doesn't hold anything back. The Plot Fifth finale with Brian is on there, and Jen and I are also rewatching Couples Therapy. If you're not watching, watch along with us, and all that is on there, and that's free, not on the Patreon. So just a reminder. And also, I will have King's Court Ready to Love season recap also coming up pretty soon. Okay. I don't know where to start from because I arrange my thoughts on these people. We already talked about why did they go back to Denver, but it doesn't matter. Like, I just need you guys. I'm asking, like, this is like a favor. If you live in Denver, please flood my DMs, my email, whatever. Tell me this is not the norm. What is this? Is this how you guys live every day in the dating world? I think so. Because it's a get out situation. Get out.
Yeah. This is insane. I got one homegirl in Denver, and she's like, no, for real, it's grim. Like, it's bad. And she is like unreasonably good looking, super successful, almost 40, and is like, I can't find a dude who's not like a nightmare out here. And I've been trying. So I think Denver really is just kind of, a rough place if you're a single woman, it seems like.
Okay. Well, let's just dive into the pods. Like, this season, we have a proposal in episode 1. It was like, I checked 45 minutes into episode 1. Maybe it's been done before. I can't remember, but I was like, okay. There was a lot of, we talked about this for UK. Was it UK? I can't remember what it was. Sharing your ethnicity. The show is literally called Love is Blind. And every time the Lachey's is like, there's race, financial, matter in there. And yet we have all these people saying, my parents are not from America. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. What do you should there be a hard stance on revealing?
Frankly, I am fine with you revealing your ethnicity. Because, like, I mean, let's be honest here. There are some people out there who are like, I don't want a non-white. And so, like,
do not come on the show.
Don't come on the show. Don't come on the show. But on the other hand, I could see if I'm somebody who is going into it looking for my same ethnicity, but if I find somebody that is of my same ethnicity, I know there's things that we can talk about that I'm not going to have to explain and like build up in the pods, right? Plus, let's be honest here. There is not a chance that Edmund and Calabria did not know they're both black. So like there's some, whether, let's say, do you have to reveal that you're Greek American as opposed to, like, I don't know, Italian American? Like, no. But like there's a degree to which this is going to be known by some people. And if it's something that it matters to you, like, I know that I would like to know if I'm somebody's first black boyfriend. My wife is white. When we first started dating early on, I'm like, have you had other black boyfriends before or not? Because
Mhm.
number one, that means a lot to me with how I'm gonna approach things. And number two, are your parents gonna be all right? And I need
Mhm.
to know that before I walk into that room. And so the ethnicity part doesn't bother me. Anything else would bother me. I don't need to know, even to the extent of, like, how many tattoos do you have? Nope. Don't tell me that. But ethnicity to me is a little bit different because it brings a lot of things to it that are not just looks that could become big fucking problems. Word to Casey.
So I am leaning towards do not say it. Change it to is love maybe blind? Does love wear bifocals? Does love, but not, but
Love
not
has
love.
astigmatism.
Yeah. Hey, astigmatism people,
I got that.
we matter.
Right?
It's so
It's
tough.
hard driving at night.
I find contact lenses, but okay, I digress.
Yeah.
Um, um, because it is love is blind. That is the whole thing. And it's like, if you're not for that, don't come on this show. Because part of the
Mm-hmm.
people who are successful with this, even with Married at First Sight, are people who are willing and open. Like, whatever is put before me, I am going to make it work. Again,
Yeah.
everyone always goes to Lauren and Cameron. Yeah, did she know he was white? Yes. But it's like she knew from their interactions, but I think take out the explicit asking,
Yeah.
are you, if you feel some type of way, eliminate them. Don't say,
Yeah.
I don't want to be on a
That's
date
fair.
with you again or whatever. Like, if we're going to do this, let's do this the way it's supposed to be. At the very, very least, when you meet each other, you're like, well, no, I can't. And then, yeah, we don't have a show, but we're actually
Mm-hmm.
being true to the core of what this is going to happen. I think, why I have a problem specifically with maybe Patrick and Anna is
Mm-hmm.
Anna told Patrick that she was Asian, but she did not tell
Yeah.
anybody else. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we picking and choosing? Why are we doing this? And let me just get straight to it. I'm just gonna tell you guys. You guys can see the video, but Brian can see it. I'm being very animated here with my hand. But Patrick annoys the fuck out of me. Like,
Oh.
every one person that always annoyed, like, Pat. Yes, yes, yeah.
Oh no, I
Why are
love
you?
him.
What?
My
No,
wife and I both love him.
no.
We like him.
No,
We
no,
we
no.
I think we liked him and Anna. I don't know that I like him on his own. I'm annoyed by almost everybody else in this cast. For him, I'm just like, oh, I like that guy.
No, I'm annoyed by everybody. The one person that I even remotely even liked kind of, failed me at the end, and that was Jordan. But again, we have so much to talk about that we'll get there.
Yeah.
As we might skip around and go around, but just come along with us for the ride. But I'll dive right into Patrick. The reason why Patrick annoys me is, like, I don't think he knows it. I think he fancies himself a confident person. He's not a
Mm-hmm.
confident person. And
No.
the superficial reason why he annoys me is I hate the way he communicates. Use your words, my dude. Every time.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, get it out. Like, I don't have the
that's fair.
patience, to get that out. The other thing is, like, I don't know if it's annoyance. I'm going to be very sensitive here. That whole conversation, actually, let me start with the conversation with him and Anna,
Mm-hmm.
where they're talking about being Asian, and then there's not a lot of people who look like them. So, I mean, I guess that's the reason why they date outside their race. I'm
Mm-hmm.
guessing they're anti long distance. I understand. But the way he spoke about it, like, he was calling himself. They always say, "Oh, you look good for an Asian." It's almost like
Yeah.
the what's the name of what was Chelsea's Megan Fox? It was almost
Oh yeah.
I'm good looking, but I just happen to be Asian. And the way
Yeah.
he kept mentioning that he was Asian as if it was a stain. Granted, it was trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe slightly different. Like, I'm a person who immigrated to this country. I'm a person who is not American. I'm a person who's they make fun of my accent. Hell, people put reviews on this podcast and all they do is talk about my accent. Like, okay, there's that. I was bullied in high school because I came from before it was cool to be African and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you would never, ever, ever catch me be embarrassed to ever tell you guys that I am Nigerian. I
No.
don't understand it. I get that he has his trauma, but the way that at your big age, you say you're ready to get married, possibly bring children into this world, and you're still hesitant to tell someone that you're Asian because you don't want to be made fun of. Honestly, if you make fun of me, fuck you
Yeah.
should be your reaction. So that really, really like made me sad and made me angry because if you're coming in here to say that, but then on the flip side, he's like, I can't wait for us to have our, did he say mixed race children? No, athletic children that are
Yeah.
going to be, yeah, he said mixed race.
Athletic and smart.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's issues. I will give my perspective here.
Okay,
So I wrote a thing back in like 2015, I think, that went viral. It went nuts. It was a whole thing. But I wrote about like my experience growing up most of my life as like the only black person in the room. Like I
okay,
have black parents and a black brother, but like we lived in an incredibly white suburb from when I was 3 up
okay,
until I went to college.
okay.
Um, I never had another black kid in my class all the way through school. I never had a black teacher, never had a black coach, none of that. And then I went to the University of Iowa and I live in
Mm-hmm,
Iowa now. All right. So, like, most of my life, I have been like the one black person in my space.
mm-hmm,
And there are a lot of like stigmas and traumas that come from that when you're little.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's different being black from being Asian, but I
Yeah.
think that the way that I look at it, like when I started dating, it wasn't like, oh, I'm not interested in a black woman. It was like
Mm-hmm,
I will date anybody, but I happen to live in the Des Moines suburbs. I know what's around me. It might as well be Norway. Like, there's
yeah.
not a whole lot of diversity around here.
Mm-hmm,
So that's different from me from him.
yeah.
I think that when he was talking about it with Anna, to me, it was like, this is the first time I have gotten to speak about this with somebody that understands. I don't know if
Yeah.
he has any Asian friends in Denver,
Yeah.
so it could be a case of him being like, oh my God, I'm coming to the realization that these are shared experiences that other people have. And for the first time in my life, romantically or not, I'm able to talk about this with somebody that gets it. And I think when that starts, it can be hard to turn that off. Like, once you start to feel like, oof,
Mm-hmm,
I'm finally able to talk to somebody and they go, oh my God, I get it. You're
mm-hmm,
like, okay, and here's something else that happened. Did that happen to you too? And it just kind of it made me sad, similar to watching Thomas on last season of Maths in the beginning, where it's like, oh, you feel kind of disconnected from your ethnicity in a way
mm-hmm.
that bums me out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was raised around mostly white people in an incredibly pro-black house, so
Yeah.
like that wasn't a thing. And I read, the story of Ruby Bridges to my son last night, like
Yeah.
where he's being raised in a pro-black house too.
Yeah.
I wonder what his upbringing was like. And if he
Mhm.
was in one of those houses where it's like, we're not going to teach you, I don't know if his parents speak Mandarin or Cantonese. We're not going to teach you our native tongue. We're not doing any of the traditional Chinese stuff because we want you to not be different.
To
I
assimilate.
don't know. Yeah,
I don't know
there's a
because
lot of things here that I just don't understand quite yet.
yeah, that's fine. I don't know. I'm assuming not because I think his mom remarried. He took his stepfather's last name, Suzuki,
Yeah,
which is
Suzuki,
Japanese.
Japanese. Hmm.
So I would assume there's some kind of interaction with that. And I say these things. We have all the things that we are dealt with as kids, and as we get older, it's on us to
Hmm.
correct some of those things. So even if he wasn't exposed to, what do you want out of it, and what do you want to expose yourself to? Maybe he wasn't. I can't remember, but Michael from the Denver season in Maths, I
Hmm.
know he's a transplant. I don't know if his friends were from there, but I believe most of his train they were Asian. I think Michael is half
That's true.
Asian. Yeah, like
I think so. Yeah,
yeah, you seek out, there has to be a community, I guess is what I'm saying. They may
there
not be
has to be.
much, but there has to be a community. And I'm
Well,
not faulting him for, no, I'm not faulting him for all of that. Like,
no.
I get it. I get what he was saying. I think what I didn't like was what his reaction to it still was. And that interaction with Casey and being
Hmm.
so hesitant to just say, I don't want to, what was the reason? I don't want to be made fun of. Again, at if it's in high school, I understand. Like you're going like, oh,
Yeah.
I just want to fit in. I just want to, all that. But at your big age, getting ready to get married, again, where you might have a biracial child, where you
Hmm.
don't want that child to pick up on your energy, where you're still scared to say where you're from. I did not like that at all. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
and
even
also,
know
I
if I'm
mean,
coming off judgmental and I don't know if I'm
no,
sorry.
I don't think so. I think that, a lot of this I think would have been solved with him having like an Asian therapist. Like, I have a black therapist. She's amazing. We talk about shit all the time. And like, there's a
Mhm.
lot of things from my youth, that I experienced that I talk to her about, and it helps me to put things in better perspective and get past things.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know him enough, but it
Yeah.
feels like he's not talked about the Asian American experience with anybody until this moment.
Yeah.
And like, if that's the case, like, yeah, you're not ready for this then. Of
Yeah.
course you have all these weird hangups because you haven't dealt with shit from your past. Um, I don't know. I felt I felt bad for him because there's obviously some sort of internalized self-loathing, which is sad
Yes.
to see on anybody.
Yeah.
And there's things that you need to do as the parent of,
Yeah.
a non-white child in America to steel them against that. And it feels like that wasn't done for him.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was done for Anna or not, but he talked a lot more about his experience, and it just made me sad.
Yeah, and I think that's what I wrote down was like the just the hesitation alone is a lot that he has to unpack. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, it's not the background, it's the things he was saying. Because when he was talking to I don't know if it was Casey or Anna, he said this, like, I'm confident. I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in my cultural experiences. But you know what? I'm just a regular guy. I'm a regular Colorado bro. You still want to
Yeah.
be validated as a
Mm-hmm.
Colorado. What is a Colorado bro? Like, you can be a Colorado bro and be Asian. It's like
Yeah.
all the hullabaloo of everyone saying Bad Bunny shouldn't be at the Super Bowl. Why? He's American. Like,
American.
he's from Puerto
Listen,
Rico. What is the
I
problem,
am.
guys? Say it out loud.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
a black Midwesterner. There are black Midwesterners. We are. There are many of us. And I don't. When I tell people like, oh, I live in Iowa, I'm not like, yeah, I'm like a corn farm and hayseed. I'm like, yeah, I live here, but there's more to me than that. And
If weight management is one of your New Year goals, Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier can help. This science-backed formula supports metabolic balance, curbs cravings, and promotes healthy blood sugar levels, making it easier to stay consistent and in control. It helps give your body the boost it needs to keep you on track. Feel confident and energized this year with Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier. Get 10% off and free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. Again, that's tryqs.com/podcast for 10% off and free shipping. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
and I don't know. It makes me feel bad because it's like there's obviously he's had to deal with some shit that he's not addressed,
Yeah.
and it's coming out. And it's just, I think the thing with him and Casey, I could understand if he went into this saying, I don't want to tell anyone my ethnicity at all. So like, I don't know if I would have picked up on that or not, but like, I could see if he went into there saying, I don't want to reveal my ethnicity to anybody. However, Anna and I kept on saying the exact same things and we put it together. Like, that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense to us, but I don't want anyone else to know. And I could see that being the case. And then when Casey did not pick up on the fact that he didn't want to talk about it, I was waiting for her to be like, you know what? I can tell you're uncomfortable talking about this. You don't want to reveal it. It's fine. I don't care what it is. She was like, no, tell me right now. You need to tell
Yeah.
me right now. And that made it even worse. So,
I'm not even I'm not putting any onus on Casey because not that I don't take her seriously, but Casey's a whole other different
mm-hmm.
beast to tackle. I'm just solely focused on Patrick because if he didn't want to expose it, that's fine. He should have
Yeah.
done what, oh, I'm so sorry I'm forgetting her name, but the only couple from last Love is Blind season, she specifically told him, the one who had the glow up, the husband had
Yeah.
the glow up.
Yeah. I can see
Um,
him. I can see her.
I can see him too. And she flat out said, I am not going to tell you where I'm from. I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
you what my grandmother's name is because I don't want to give away, but just know that I am from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
or even France. Did she say I'm from somewhere warm, the tropics or
Yeah.
something?
I'm from another country and it's warm there. And I'm like, damn, that could be half the planet.
So, you could have done any of that, but
Mm-hmm.
he didn't do that,
That's
so
true.
it was just a hesitation. And then when she specifically said, why don't you want to say it? And he said, because I don't want to be made fun of. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to say this to change this. It was really because it did feel like he had some kind of shame around it. And
Mm-hmm.
it was not shame, but like he was triggered by how he's been received in the past. But
Yep.
I'm like, if you are going to get married to someone, wouldn't you actually just want to know how she deals with it. And then even if he said it
Yeah.
to your point, how you said, hey, there's some families that don't, maybe that is actually how he brought it up. So why would you
Yeah.
not be hesitant to say it when you already asked her, is your family going to be okay? Because wouldn't you want to know, like, hey, which one are you racist to? Is it okay if it's
Yup.
this or if it's that? Which is already a problem, but I didn't understand his hesitancy, I guess is what I'm saying. So,
It's bizarre to me as an Asian dude who only dates white women that you're not ready for this conversation. I have had this first date talk on many a first date where
mhm,
things are going well. I could see there's probably going to be a second date. We're probably going to make out later on. Hey, by the way, is there a Confederate flag in your house? Or like, like what do I have to worry about when I go see your parents? Are they
mhm,
going to call me colored? Like these are things that as somebody who has dated basically everybody on the planet, every other kind of ethnicity that there is,
mhm.
these are things that you grow to be comfortable talking about. And it's weird to me that he's not ready to have that conversation. Like,
Yeah,
what have you been doing? Have you just been going in blind every time? Like, that's insane to me.
yeah.
That feels unsafe. Don't do that.
Yeah, and the couple is Taylor and Garrett, the
There you go.
season
Yeah.
7 couples. Okay, so we talk about Anna, and Anna is also Asian, also going through the same thing. And something that was very heavy this season is ghosting. Just much like the
Mm-hmm.
apps, you think you're escaping ghosting from the apps, and you come to Love Is Blind, and you experience that again. At that point, you're just like, maybe dating isn't for me, because
Yeah. Just be single.
they have a conversation, and Anna keeps saying, I'm so glad we met each other. We're meant to be in each other's lives, and this is it. And then I had to go back and check something, because she said, I know we're made for each other. And then she goes, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm like, why
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have said that? Then we see her cry in her confessional, and it says, you know what? I am learning a lot of things about myself. Maybe I am shallow. And she gets all emotional. And then the next thing we see, like Law and Order just comes up, dun dun, she left the experiment and she did not say goodbye to any of her dates. So while it's happening, I'm like, please give us a Gallian Love Is Blind Friends thing. Give us a
Mm-hmm.
confessional. We are not getting a confessional.
No.
And
I mean,
I,
she's at the mixer later on, so we're gonna see her at least. But yeah, we didn't get
oh,
any. Yeah, when they said like in the next batch, you see she and Patrick are talking at the mixer,
ooh, I missed
and
that.
he said something like, "I just need you to know if you were in that room, I was gonna
Thank
choose
you.
you."
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
yeah.
say something like that. My thing with her, well, I will never forgive her for this because she broke my bad Patrick's heart. But what she said, the last thing that she said before leaving that room, she said goodbye, Patrick, and the last thing she said before that is, "Don't hurt me, dude."
Oh,
Her very last words were, "Do not hurt me," and then she never spoke to him again. You
oh,
can't fucking do that. They also had a conversation about ghosting, where she's
yeah.
like, "Yeah, I've never ghosted somebody. I've kind of let the text messages maybe trickle down and then I don't respond to one, but I've never just like up and ghosted somebody." Like, I need for her to say, my mother was in a terrible car accident in the hospital. I had to leave. Like that, it needs to be something like that, where it's like, oh, I wanted to be there for you, but I had to go because externally, it can't be anything else. This
Yeah.
is diabolical. Truly. My
I
wife was so mad.
mean, I think it would have been okay if that was the only one,
Mm-hmm.
that had happened, but it was not the only one that we
Mm-mm.
saw. And it was just like, why can't you at least say goodbye or at least write a letter?
No, say goodbye because you ain't talking to nobody. You can talk to a door. I can have a whole monologue with a door. Like, you're not having to look them in the eye. You don't have to see them start to cry or see the look on their face. If you need to like plug your ears so you don't hear them talk back or hear them sobbing, you could
Yeah.
talk to a wall for 3 minutes and say, "Hey, here's why I have to leave."
I mean, I don't know if it was a domino effect, but Anna leaves, and then she was Blake's number one. Blake
Mm-hmm.
decides to leave, but Blake was somebody else's number
Sparkle
one.
Megan.
Sparkling Megan. I call her
Sparkle Megan's number one.
I call her Sequin Megan. But yeah, so he's just like, he needs more time. He's ready. I wish he knew before the experiment. And then we have
Mm-hmm.
another one, but also he did not say goodbye. Like, all these people are
No.
speculating. They're playing telephone. I'm like, the producers are not even telling them, hey, maybe you should do this. They're going through like, oh, he just left. We don't know what happened. And I'm like, what's going on? And then they made it a point to show a producer talking to him like, hey, you can do whatever you want. We
Yep.
feed you guys and we don't hold you guys hostage. Wink, wink. Let the
Hmm.
audience know that you can do whatever you want. Well, maybe you should do something because
You're getting fed.
this is out of point. This is getting too much.
I, you know, with Blake leaving, I could see if he left because he's like, well, my only real connection is Anna, and I don't necessarily see a future with Sparkle Megan. Like, I know she's super into me, but like, I don't necessarily want to like drag this on if I don't see it with her. The least you could do is write a damn note, but like, you got to say something. Um, I just don't understand, and I frankly I don't get why Blake left because obviously there were other strong connections.
I
I
think
don't know.
he had an epiphany. He was just like, this is not for me. I need more
It
time.
could be.
Because if he thought that Anna was his number one, and it turns out that she wasn't even feeling me like that, and she had to
Yeah.
go, you're just like, okay, wait, I'm getting caught up thinking like I know, but I really don't know anything. Because I think I said it has to be a mind fuck when you don't realize. I think for Sparkly Megan or whatever she is,
Hmm.
she thought he was her number one, but Anna was his number one. And then when you realize it, you're just like, oh God, my radar is so off.
Well,
Like
there's that. And then later on, we see that Jordan is talking to us like, oh, listen, man, them guys are going through it. Thank God you and I are only talking to each other. Woof, what a relief. And she's like, oh no, you're like my number two, man. Like that had to suck for him. He's like, oh, ooh, wedded bliss, just me and you, no one interfering. Like that has got I'm not made for this show. I am so insecure. Like I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh my god. So anyway, so there's that. So let's bring in Casey. Casey is a blonde
Ugh.
white stop. Brian.
I said what I said.
We have guests. Um she's a blonde white woman who comes on this show. I'm not quite sure why she's on this show, but I she has a connection with Patrick. Oh, I should say, I am relieved that Patrick and Anna didn't get together because honestly, it would have been, shout out to Age. She told me the real meaning of trauma bonding, but I'm going to use the common way people
Oh,
use it. It would have been trauma bonding
yep.
because they're just bonding on something that they've experienced. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to work. We've seen this happen before with Shake and that season
Deep
3.
D, yeah.
Yeah, Shake and
Yeah.
Empty, where it was the same thing. They only dated white people. They had it. They wanted to try. Here is not the place to try out. Like, actually have a
No.
connection. But in this case, I don't know if it was a romantic connection. It was like confessions of a. They were not immigrants, but confessions of being othered. I don't know.
First
But it's
generation Americans.
yeah,
Well, and really with them, yeah, there would have been the colloquial trauma bonding. My first thought was do not let each other meet the parents and then not say yes at the altar. Because
yeah,
that's going to fuck up so much shit. Like, imagine your parents are waiting your whole life for you to bring home this exact person. And you're
yeah.
like, oh boy, this is perfect. We are planning everything. We're going to have a tea ceremony, the whole nine. And then you get up there and they say no, or you say no. Your parents are going to be pissed off. And then you can bring a white person home next time. It's going to be a whole mess.
Yeah, but I don't even blame them for that because with all this, we don't know what's going to happen at the end, whether or not.
Right.
And, like I said, I'm one of those people who's caught up in the pods. I'm like, oh my God, it's fate. These are the connections and,
Girl, same.
all that good stuff. But, you know, then the things happen. It's like, how do you get here? But it is real life. You watch people's wedding videos and they're so in love. And then you're at the divorce saying, I will get everything you have. So,
Been there. Not my own. Best friend, though.
but it is life. So yeah, they connect, and we've talked about the conversation when he does reveal, and then she decides to share like her family is like the United Colors of Benetton. My brother dates a half black. My other person's girlfriend is Asian. It just was
Don't do this.
uncomfortable. I
Don't
just
do this. I hated it.
I have a black friend. Like
Yeah, no, it felt a lot like Get Out, where like, if I could have voted for Obama 3 times, I would have. It felt a little bit too much like, hey, just to let you know, I'm cool, man. Like, no, all you had to say is like, listen, there's all different kinds of people that are in my family. We don't even talk about it. It's not even a thing. Like
yeah, we're
I appreciate
accepting.
why, yes, I appreciate why you need to know, but I need you to know, nothing to worry about. That's all you had to say.
Honestly, the only thing missing, which I'm not even convinced they didn't cut out, is her saying, "We don't see color."
Yep.
So
No, the reddest of flags for me. I get mad. I am dark as hell. What you mean you don't see color? I walked in the room. You thought what? Korean? When you saw me, like
yeah,
you see color?
yeah.
Get out of here.
So yeah, they talk about that, and it's not confidence building that she keeps telling us. I have never dated an Asian guy. It's just not been,
Mm-mm.
but I'm willing to. I'm like, this is not going well. I can't believe they left this in, but they talk about applying for the show. He was like, "How did you get on?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I just applied." I'm like, "Okay, is this like in Survivor? For those of you who are Survivor, Jeff is always like, "Hey, you on the couch? If you think you can do this, go apply now." Like we have someone from Big Brother that the fans are like, "Oh, get her on Survivor," and Jeff is like, "You know what to do. She has to apply." So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." But yes, and then she tells us this story so casually that her boyfriend told her to go on a dating show and that, you could go change your life and then you can come back. And then he's talking about IG models. I feel dumber because I was so confused because she was talking about him in present tense. Patrick is also confused. And Patrick is also like, you didn't leave him after he said that? She goes,
Nope.
no. She goes, I mean, I'm confused. She goes, I know. But there were many other times I should have left him. But yeah, I'm like, uh, what what has happened? A lot of the times I was asking myself, what am I watching? What is this happen? I'm not again convinced that they were not in cahoots. Maybe they're tired of working. They want to be influencers. And he's like, you know what? You do great. Just go on there. You're blonde. You're white. You'd make good money and come back. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
are you sure? And I don't know what I was watching. And then that should have been a red flag. And Patrick should have been like, no, I'm going to leave. But this is part of why Patrick annoys me.
Yeah.
I think he's just he was giving David from Maps.
Yeah.
She's blonde. He doesn't know what she looks like, but I think he has an idea. And
Yeah.
she leads with her looks. This is why I was saying, like, this is another person that I don't think is ready, to be
No.
married yet. Because on the flip side, it's not ethnicity based, but I think that Casey has a lot to unpack as well. She
Yes.
leads with her looks. She leads with sexuality. She's talking about, are you worried about my commitment? Because he was like, oh, are you still in contact with the boyfriend? Are you guys? She goes, no, I don't need to tell him when I'm engaged. And Patrick is again hemming and hawing. Tell her you don't like it. Tell her you don't
Yeah.
want to do like. Ugh. Take a deep
He
breath.
should have ran.
Take a deep
In
breath.
this moment, he should have ran. I was upset with this whole thing because the first thing is, um, knowing what I know about dating shows, she was probably asked to be on MAFS in the Denver season. She
She
lives
did.
in Denver.
She did say another show.
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
another show in Denver. And this is the same production company. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming that this company reached out to her to be on MAFS. She passed and they came back to her. I hate that in the first place. Do not recruit people for these shows. Like, if somebody calls up, hey, you want to get married to a stranger, and you say yes, do not get that person on the fucking show. Like, it should only be people who audition and try themselves. I hate that they're recruiting people for these shows. Number two, he should have, I saw it all over his face how uncomfortable he was with this. Because right away he's like, okay, so did you have that conversation before this show too? She's like, yeah. So clearly you're still dating this dude at least somewhat on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem that I had with her in this scene, and I watched this episode twice because I watched it yesterday, and then my wife got home and we watched the episodes again.
I wonder if you're going to say the same thing I'm going to say, but go ahead.
I hope I am because I got mad. The second she gets called out and he's like, I'm uncomfortable with this a little bit. I'm questioning your commitment. I'm questioning your passion. She switches to overt sexuality immediately. It is, I
Okay.
have a landing strip. I can get that shaved off. If you want it that way, it's one quick pull. Here's all the nasty things I want to do to you in bed. Like there was no transition between, oh man, like, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, insecure about this guy. Don't worry about him. He's out of my life. It was, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Anyway, about my underwear. I'm just like, come on, man. Like
No,
it,
that
it, it was a huge red flag for me.
yes, we are on the same page. I have that example. I was just like, pivoting to a landing strip is dot dot dot. I didn't know what to. He's like, are you committed? Do I have to worry about him? Did you know I got a landing strip? I told the girls. And if you
No,
don't
not
like
not. I
it,
told the girls we were all changing and they saw it.
oh yes, that's
Bullshit.
true.
Why were you all booty butt naked together? What are you talking about? That's
I
not what
mean,
happened.
we tend not to be hung up like you guys. Like you just
I've seen all my friends naked, but I know those guys.
Ryan.
I've known them since middle school.
I
Listen,
don't.
I was in punk bands in the 2000s. Everyone's dong was out at some point in time.
Yeah,
My
I'm
point
never
is,
ready for Brian's story.
but not in front of strangers, not in front of people I don't know.
Oh my god. It's like, I mean, if you go to the gym in the changing room, people just change. Like, I mean, they're
Well,
strangers.
if I'm in the gym, I mean, I guess. I don't know. This whole thing to me, I'm just like, so wait a minute, hold on. Y'all are all just sitting there full on Winnie the Pooh, shirts on and no pants and underwear, and like looking at each other. What are you talking about?
Either way, I think she just wanted a way. Again, she's used to getting herself out of situations with her sexuality, which again,
Yeah,
unhealthy
clearly.
way to cope. So she goes into him and tells him like, "Oh, you have a landing strip. So do you like it? Do you not?" Patrick again, no word, just
Yeah,
and
he's like,
then she's
wow.
just like, "It's just one strip. It wouldn't take too much." I'm not even going to touch on the fact like my sense. 2025. I don't know why landing strips exist, but that's a whole different conversation. It's just pointless to me. But okay. Um, she switched and pivoted again and started describing close your ears if you don't like it, a blowjob. It's just what it
Oh,
was. She's just like,
scandalized.
I will put my mouth all over you. I don't know how long I can do that for before I sit on you. I
The
don't know if
fuck?
everybody else clocked this, but that got Patrick going. Patrick got a
Oh,
hard on.
he
Patrick
was
had
fully
to
erect.
lean over. He had to. The producer's like, could you just lean? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, got it.
we gotta
Because
blur that, man.
he tried to put his hand up, and I was just like, I don't know what is this. Love is blind or Denver.
Well,
You are something different, but
unfortunately, he had on mesh shorts too, man. Like, come on,
he did.
come on.
I mean, it wasn't great sweats, but I mean, it was just he was not
No.
dressed for the occasion. And but honestly, I
Mm-mm.
couldn't even tell if he liked it or not. If it was his body was responding, but he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But I couldn't tell either way. But I was just like, "Yeah, this is not gonna work." Like he's
No.
just gonna say, I didn't like how you did this the other night, and she's like, "Can I sit on you?" And
Yep.
that would be their marriage, and then
Yeah.
nothing to that. So I think those are all my things with Patrick, his connections with Anna and with Casey. Anything else?
No. I mean, well, we're gonna talk about how they ended, like, or do you want to save that for after the proposals and everything?
Who? Casey? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Casey and Patrick.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna do the reveals, like
Okay.
afterwards
Okay.
and all
Yeah.
that.
As far
So
as they're in the pods, that's all I got. I don't even remember his proposal. It didn't matter to me.
okay, all right. I'm gonna take a quick break and be right back. Okay, I'm gonna do something else that was in the pods. I'm gonna talk about Mike. I
Oh
think he was
my
supposed to
god.
be a villain, but
I hate
yeah,
him.
he's still a villain. I mean, everybody should hate him. But Mike is in there. Mike was connected to Sparkly Megan, and I was already worried about this man because he just gave villain energy. But the minute he was talking to Sparkly Megan and he was talking about Jordan's kid, Jordan has a kid who has
Yup.
type 1 diabetes, which is the same way that Sparkly Megan's dad died.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike knows this. Mike sits down and talks about, oh, how are we going to have kids? Like, they have to be fit. We have to give them healthy food. Like, we have this guy. He has a kid and, he has diabetes. And I'm just like, wow, how, I don't know. What could you have? Basically, derogatory, just basically saying Jordan is a shit dad. How did you get him to have that?
Yeah.
That's not how it works. But, besides the
No.
point.
He's picturing Luca being like a 500-pound 7-year-old or something. It's like, no, man.
Yeah, and besides it being like so insensitive, it's the fact that Megan did not even react. That
No. Well,
bothered me.
do we know that he knew how her dad died? Because we know that Jordan knows.
Okay,
Because they
forget that her
talked
dad.
about it.
Honestly, forget that her dad died. You're talking
She
about a
she
kid.
looked she looked a little bit shell shocked, and then right away he's like, also I talked to my exes. Like there was no even time for that to breathe because he jumped right into the next thing.
Oh, I'm gonna let it breathe. I'm gonna give it oxygen. We are giving
Right?
it life because if
We need
you're
to.
going to be together, I need to know what kind of character you are. Why are you
Right?
picking on the kid or why are you picking on him? Like it happened as an unfortunate thing. Why is that an example for you? Someone you just met. No,
Yep.
that bothered me.
Yep.
Like you need to say
No.
something. You need to call out. I get it that everyone is in the era of mind your own business, but sometimes wrong is wrong. and you just need to call it out. And also, someone says that kind of thing, I'm just like, huh, what kind of person
Yep.
are you? And then
Yep.
you're
I'd be
still not
minding
going to be in my top.
I mind other people's business all the goddamn time. Like, no, 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 no. If you say something sideways and weird like that, I am going to play dumb. So if I am her on that end, let's say that he does not know that her dad had diabetes or whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
would be over there like, oh, so what? How do you think your kid got it? I would have just laid right into that. Like, what do you?
What do you
He's young
think?
and he has diabetes. What do you think happened? And
Yeah,
just let him hang
hang
himself.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the background with Megan is like she has all these connections. Blake went home. She has Mike, who's established and is a little older because she used to date older. Jordan is who she has the most fun with and is smiling with. But for lack of a better word, he's not as rich as she is. She's
She
leading
thinks
to
he's a
her wealth. The
brokey.
man drives a Kia. And I think at some point he mentioned like I'm sacrificing so my kid could have anything. If I could walk in, as soon as he said I can buy my Gucci shoes, she was so elated about that. Like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, there's hope, and there's all that. But even before that, I was like, Jordan is the one that makes you happy. But you keep thinking like he's like this, and I don't think he's broke. He's just not as rich as her. But
No, he's
that was a
as
problem.
rich as her or Mike. And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. And she says
or
they have.
obviously the dude, because he was with the guy that she said was almost a billionaire before. I'm like, oh my god, just say he had money. Like, come on, what are we doing?
I think the not the scary part, the asterisk on this is that she keeps saying that her dad is watching over her, and I'm like,
Hmm.
well, whoever she's with, she better work out because her dad is gonna
Yeah.
look real bad.
Don't blame dad on this, man. Don't blame
Please
dad.
don't daddy you towards that. It's your choice, and you're the one
Hmm.
making the choice. So at the end of the day, she decides that she's going to go with Jordan, which I was happy about because Mike was playing all these mind games, saying things like,
Yeah.
you know what, whatever. I'm not going to say anything. Trying to say we look very different, and then she starts thinking that
Yep.
Jordan is this ugly guy, and he's like, oh, you like trouble. Both of us are trouble, and all that. So though, although in hindsight, he might not be wrong that Jordan was trouble. Maybe we just didn't
We
see
gotta
that.
talk about it.
Yeah,
I
we'll talk
think,
about it. I will say something though. I think Jordan not revealing that he's basically a walking tattoo billboard is not cool because she asked specifically, and since we're revealing things, hey, might as well say the truth because his is not.
yeah,
He said small tattoos. That's an actual lie.
yeah.
Like
He's
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 tatted up
he's in
from
the yakuza. Like he's fully
head to
covered.
toe.
I mean, and I'll tell you, like I get both sides of this. I have two tattoos. Most of like my left arm from the elbow up to the shoulder is covered. I would just say, yeah, I have a couple of tattoos. I am not tattooed like he is though.
Yeah.
And I could see if he's like, well, I don't want them to make an assumption or a judgment on me knowing that I'm super covered up in tattoos, but I also don't want to lie and say I don't have any. So if I get asked about it, I'm going to say I have some tattoos. And then there was a part where Sparkle Megan was like, oh, so you have like a couple of them. I bet you're like, fully covered up. And he didn't say anything. Because like I'm not gonna say lie to you and say I'm not.
Yeah.
My wife was mad about this because she was like, first of all, I don't like a whole lot of tattoos. Second of all, I hate color in a tattoo. So if I
Mhm.
saw this dude and he was all colored up like a coloring book, I'd be like, you lied to me. I'm turned off by this.
Yeah, and he likes to wear hoochie
Yeah,
daddy shorts, so he's not hiding that. And
I
for
got some on
Megan,
right now.
and Megan, who's one of those people who seems to care about outward appearances, like if I go to a function, can I take you there and all that? I think
Hmm.
it's good for you to put that into consideration because again, it's not regular up. Oh, I have two sleeves and all that. It's like it's his clothes. It's like
It's
wearing a
ankle to
bodysuit.
hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a bit on the other hand, when he's in his suit, you can't really see them, but he has a palm tattoo. So he's got knuckle tattoos, he has job busters, but then he also has a palm tattoo, and I'm like, well, that a palm tattoo is a whole different level that we're at
Yeah.
here. Like you might as well have
Yeah.
a face tattoo at that point.
And I'm only saying that because I'm saying if we're allowing people to explicitly say, this is my ethnicity, oh, I like to work out, or
I'm a good looking half Cambodian man.
I'm a good looking, all that stuff. Like we might as
Hmm.
well reveal, all of that stuff. Okay,
Yep.
my final pod highlight is Nick and Annie.
Boo.
Um,
Villains.
Nick is trouble because Nick did the thing. I love you. I love you. I can't do anything without you. And then we come back, and then it's like, you know what?
Eh.
I love you. I love you. You are with my agenda. We are
Yep.
going to be hateful to people together. We're a
Yep.
power couple. And then he gets with
I'm gonna
Annie.
burn across today.
So from nowhere, we're having conversations after he tells somebody else that he loves them. I think it was Kate. No, was it? No, it wasn't Kate.
He told Kate first.
Yeah, he told Kate, I love you. Then he comes in Annie, and he was like, I have a question. What do you think about the LGBTQ plus
No,
community?
what would you do if your child came home and
If your
told
child,
you they were LGBTQ? Well, your kid wouldn't tell you that. Your kid would say, "I'm gay" or "I'm
I'm
bi,"
queer,
right?
something, but it was like LGBTQ plus. And I don't. At first, I was like, is she just saying what she thinks he wants to hear? But no, I think they're
Oh, she meant this
aligned.
shit.
She meant it, and she kept going like, I would make sure they made an informed decision. It's not buying a house, choosing a job.
No.
Like, do
Do you
they
know
know
what you're
what
getting
they're
yourself
getting
into?
into? It's a fad, and he's just
Mm,
like, oh, all my friends are doing it, so I want to. I'm like, Netflix. I'm glad y'all kept it in, but
thank God.
they must have been terrible to production for them to keep it in.
Yup. Yup. Because I mean,
So,
this is bad. This is bad.
um, another uncomfortable. A lot. My top emotion watching this show is it's just discomfort because
I was scratching a lot.
it's a whole different thing. Let me give a 0.05 leeway to. No, I'm not. No, I choose not to. Because I was gonna say, assuming you have like I will use, let's say, my culture example because they're still working their way towards accepting the queer
Hmm.
community. And let's say I have like a grandma who's like 95 years old. I'm not changing her mind now or
Right.
anything. But if you're saying like you don't understand, but these are young people. These are people in today's era. These are people who are exposed to information, are not shackled by culture, traditions, or anything. You live in good old America where for now we are free. And
Well,
you
ask me tomorrow.
for now we're free. And your answer is not, she did say, I will give her this, that she said, like, I love my kid either
But
way, but if
but
you're saying like, I'll accept my kid for who they are, like I'm worried that, life might be difficult because other people out there are hateful, but the hate is coming from inside the house. This man is like,
yep.
yeah, I'm going to do this to them. Like they need to be this. And I'm like, okay, why do you feel the need? Okay, I think what I'm going to say is that the lad doth protest too much. This is the same
Mm.
man who told whoever it was that, you can look anywhere in my group chat where all we're talking about is our dick is just what? And I'm like, what?
Not my group chat.
What?
Not mine. Like I said, I've seen all my friends naked. We don't talk about our dicks in the group chat. It's not a thing
And
we do.
that wasn't strange enough. This man breaks into a whole story about when he was younger and his mom, he was depressed and his mom came
Mhm.
in and was like trying to find out, are you gay? And that. And I was like, what has that? Make it two and two. What are we talking about? And I
Mm-mm.
don't, yeah, he protests too much. And I think he's in his own cage. And that's what I'm going to say about that.
It's real messed up. I think first of all, I mean, I understand why you ask this question. I would probably ask this question because I'm worried about our child we might have in the future together and how you might act.
Yeah.
Right? Was
Mhm.
like I remember my first crush in first grade. I know her first and last name. Not going to say it on the pod. Hope she's listening. But like, you could not have come to me at 6 years old and told me, no, 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 that girl you can't stop staring at, that's not what you're into. That guy over there, that's what you like. Like, no, I want that girl over there I can't stop looking at.
Mhm.
Like the idea that they think you can be convinced to be gay or trans or anything else. Like, could I convince Nick to hook up with one of the dudes in the room? Of course not, because you're a straight man. Or so you
Questionable.
say at least. But I mean, my wife's friend was just like, "Oh, he's gay." I'm like, I think he just kind of sucks. But
Who,
like,
Nick?
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
just like, I don't get this mindset of like you can be influenced to be trans. You can be influenced to be gay. If your friend tells you that they're gay, oh, maybe it's gonna make you gay. Like I grew up in dance class. I got so many gay guy friends that at no point was like, maybe too. I'm like, no, I know what I like.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate again
Mhm.
that people still, think that way, but
Calling
it
it a
was just like
fad was
not a,
crazy work.
yeah.
It was nuts.
Making an informed decision is the one that
Yeah.
really, really
Do you
got
know
me.
what you're getting yourself into?
That is something. But I don't know. I don't know why he told the first girl that he loved her. Things change so fast in here. Like keep it to yourself. If you do choose her, you say it, but You don't have to say it, but it's the way that he even broke up with her that was worse. He
Oh,
came in looking for a fight, starts overreacting to the religion thing where she clearly says, after my mom died, I lost my faith. I'm just like,
hmm
is there a God that makes the bill? What do you think she meant? He was like,
right.
you said you felt that way. I didn't know it was forever. What? Just
Yeah,
be a man.
you watched your mom deteriorate and die over the course of 10 years with tumors all over her body, and you and your brother said, what kind of God would allow this? You're gonna forget that after a couple years and come on back to church? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, and frankly, he lied too, because he was saying, "Oh, I consider myself to have a quiet and personal
Yes,
relationship with God." No, you're in
yes.
church every Sunday, man, and say
He is.
that.
He is
Say
because
it with your chest.
when he spoke to Annie again, he was like, I prayed this morning. I did like it's a
Mhm.
strong presence in your life. Like I don't know why these people are just not being honest, so they can actually get people who align with their values. So to me, he's just
Did you not watch the
problematic.
Minnesota season? This is the same shit from the Minnesota season,
Yeah,
where
Ben.
yes, if religion is that important to you, cool. Say that. People need to know before they get into a relationship with you. I have not been in church in 30 something years. I'm not going to start going now. So
Yeah,
don't come to me if you want someone that's going to go to church with you.
yeah. I think those were all the highlights. In the pods. I don't know if I missed anything. I think I now
We
understand
didn't talk
why.
about the one couple that we didn't see anything of. Anton and whatever. They're
Oh no,
cute. I hope they're happy together.
I'm gonna talk about them in the reveals. Like they're just
Okay,
there.
because yeah,
It's
their
just like
pod was
this.
nothing.
No, the plot was nothing. They got engaged in the first episode, and
Mhm.
there's just really nothing. And I think maybe they're supposed to be the golden couple. They start with them, and they're boring, and there's just like let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the only other thing is Jordan kind of reminds me of I forget his name, but Bliss from the earlier season, her husband.
Yes,
They kind of
Zach.
have like Zach. They kind of have like some similarity. Oh, I think the last
Mhm.
thing, well, Edmund and his man spread, but we'll talk about Edmund later.
Edmund and his everything.
But what did you think about Madison, who possibly may lose her sight in a feud? Is that truly, no pun intended, love being blind, or is that a lot to put on someone that you've never met? Because I mean, it's on national TV. What? How are you going to respond? Nobody wants to feel like an asshole and be like, well, that's a lot. I don't like maybe if you're older, but I don't want to do this while we're still like in our 20s up until God
Yeah,
knows how much. Like, is that what do you think about her being cast, I guess?
I don't know, because like, I mean, okay, theoretically speaking, everyone on this show might go blind someday. So like, it could be anybody. But with her, it seems a lot more concrete and a lot more realistic. And we don't even have an idea for like how long of a runway she might have. That is a lot. And I don't know that it's necessarily fair to cast her. Um, I don't know. I, the comparison that I would have is somebody who's like, I don't know how long I'm gonna have to like have kids. My fertility timeline is a lot shorter than most people because I have, PCOS or what have you. And
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, I'm on a much shorter timeline than everybody else. If you're somebody that's like, well, I want to have kids, but I'm 27, I don't want to have them today, then you're in a weird position. So I don't know. I feel bad because it doesn't seem right to be like, well, because she might go blind, we don't want to cast her. But
Yeah,
like,
that's like saying
I
I'm
don't
not gonna
know.
give
It's
you yeah.
tough.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know either. That's why I was saying because it's like there's been a Married at First Sight Australia where I think she had fibromyalgia, something,
Mm,
and she was on some treatment where it was in remission, but she was like, hey, this is something they're gonna have to deal with. But it's the
yeah.
opposite where it's like, do you like think about it as a job? Are you not gonna hire someone because they're gonna get pregnant or they're gonna that's wrong.
hmm
So why do we not apply this to that? Why don't they get the chance? Because in the real world, they will find partners. There are people that are
Yeah.
willing to do that. So why would we disqualify them? So if I had to pick, I'm like, hey, we can cast them. I think this is one of the things where we don't want to find out for real, for real. We have to tell someone that
hmm
this is the case because you have to make that is an informed decision that you have
Yes.
to make when something
Yes.
is there and you present it to someone, not
Yeah. That
sexuality.
it's not. I'm in a tribe of wealthy men. That's not. That's not a reveal you have to have.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. We can move on to the reveals. I'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right. So our first couple, Anton and Aline, well, they call her Allie. And
Yeah.
they already said I love you in the 15 minutes. They already proposed. They were like, fuck this shit. We don't need to talk. We already like each other. Um I think he took his glasses off for the reveal. So you could just see him squinting
He had
through.
him on top of his head. Like, put him down, man. Like, leave him behind or put him down, but don't wear him as a hat.
I think when I spoke with Barda, I think I was asking her the first time she saw Jed, how did that work? And she was like, honestly, there's like a big light. So I couldn't see anything when I was walking. He was just getting taller and taller and taller. So that's what I have in my mind now. It's like at
Yeah.
first they're seeing like a silhouette and then smoke, and then it's like, okay, there you are. So she starts crying. They have like a weird kiss to me. And but
Mm-hmm.
he's pleased. He's in fact, he says, you are fucking stunning. And red flag for me. They sit down and they're chatting. I think after he proposes, he's like, I don't even care. You could have come out twice the size of what you. Then he stops himself because what you
Yep.
trying to say, dude?
Don't
What
say
you
that.
trying to say?
Don't say that.
So, but when they finally separate and they're going back to their different corners, she's standing there and she's waiting for him to turn around and look again. That man is focused on his champagne. He just
Yep.
walks around and is trying to get the champagne. So I don't know. They seem good, but I don't know.
Look, I'm gonna be straight with you here. If I'm him, I'm a disaster too. I don't care what you thought you were getting. That is one of the most overtly, like, conventionally attractive women I've ever seen on a reality show. And so it's like,
Brian has a
I,
crush.
no, listen, it's not my type. I think we might have talked before. Every girlfriend I've ever had is just the same person over and over again. They're all like
Yeah.
between 5'2" and 5'4" with dark hair and a big old butt. So I have a very specific type that I go for. But like, I can see why if you go onto this show and you're like, looks genuinely do not matter to me at all. Like, I don't care who I get. And then like Christina Hendricks walks there and you're like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck? I have to drink right now. I can't look directly at her. Like, I would be a mess. So yeah, I could see him being like, okay, I gotta try to play this cool, but like, I can't feel my feet right now, and my vision's kind of blurry. Like, I would have had a hard time too. So I would have looked back, but he was probably hyperventilating. So I'll give him a pass.
Yeah, their background and Anton is his parents are from
He's
Russia and
Russian,
Ali
yeah.
is Brazilian.
Hmm.
So that is they're coupling right there. The vacation getaway is in Baja this time. They get
Hmm.
there. Ali's ready to hunch. She's like, it's time. It's
Yep.
time to explore everything physically. So, but it's funny because the next morning they ask each other couples and, they have like a selfie cam and they're like, yep, it was a good night. We cuddled. Yep, we just cuddled. But no, they had sex. So,
I mean, if she walked into the room and was like, "Let me see it," I would have passed out too. I'd be like, "Oh God, what am I gonna do now?" Like, I hope he doesn't fuck this up. Like, don't fumble the bag.
okay, so then let me put you on the spot because I know you
Hmm.
had the same reaction for Tatiana in Love is Blind
Yep,
Frank. If you had to pick Tatiana or Ali
Tatiana. It's
in
Tatiana
the leather pants,
in whatever pants. It's
whatever
Tatiana.
pants or no pants. Okay. Oh, you're married.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
sorry.
I don't. Well, no, but I am married, and my wife knows I have a type because she's like the prototype of all of them, so she wouldn't get mad. But like, no, uh, again, I'd be in the same boat if I saw Tatiana walking down. I'm just like, I'm not ready for this. I needed like something normal, and this is not something normal.
All right. I'm going to move to Joe and Madison. And Madison is the one who tells her dates that she has a condition. She's 26, and, there's a possibility that she might go blind. Like right now, she's fine. She does trip a lot over a bunch of
Mhm.
things, but it's not a thing guaranteed that she is going to go blind. She's just
Right.
setting them up like, hey, this is a possibility. Don't say I didn't tell you. And then that was it. He tells her when they meet that she's gorgeous. They kiss. There's lipstick all over his face. I'm like, these people need to start presenting them with smudge proof. I don't, regardless of what your preference
Do
is,
something.
you're gonna wear smudge proof. I don't know, lipstick, not lip gloss, because
Right.
that's just gonna be all over your face with everything. So he just kept saying, "Oh my God, it feels like kissing a stranger. It doesn't look like who I've been talking to in my mind. I cannot place the voice. There's a lot of whoa, 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 whoa," and he's just like speechless. And I'm like, "Is this good? Is this bad? Like, what is happening? I don't know what is going on." And of people set themselves up, but she does ask, "Am I your typical type?"
Don't do that. Don't fuck. If you want to say like, so what do you think? You're gonna get a good answer for that. Don't ask, "Am I your type?" Because again, if it's a 5'8" blonde, I'm gonna be like, "Fuck no, I don't know what to do with this." Like, what am I supposed to start?
I don't even know. It just that's the whole point of Love Is Blind. So people are dating their types, and people are venturing outside of their type. So if
Hmm.
you're not their type, that's useless information. So it's
Right?
just like, are you happy with what you see? Are you good? But he says eventually it all clicked. I don't believe him, and it's
Nope.
all great. And now he's feeling calm and he's feeling great. So they get to Baja, and I must have looked away, Brian, because all of a sudden I hear on my TV screen, like, traditionally I'm into thinner women,
My
and I
God.
whipped my head up so fast. I'm like, wait, what? But physical attraction can grow. I'm like, oh no,
He said, I'm
no.
using to a thinner woman. Oh, that doesn't sound right. I mean, somebody without a large physique. And I'm like, buddy, first of all, you're 27. We have oodles of words to describe this. You can say curvy, you could say thick, you could say voluptuous. You don't have to say she has a large physique. Second of all, and again, maybe it's my type. She's too tall, but like body yaddy yaddy. Like I would be like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's going
Yeah,
on. But for him, it's just like you don't have to say anything. You don't have to
you
say any
really
words at
don't.
all.
You could even
All you
say,
have to
because
say
someone
is,
said, what did Van Mee say? Just say, oh, she's not my usual type, but she's a
yeah,
very gorgeous woman. Leave it at that.
sure. But don't even say that. Just say like, God damn, she's hot. Because there's no good that's gonna come out of you saying like, yeah, not usually for me. Like,
Yeah.
what is your upside to this? It's just gonna go bad.
I think they usually say this when they know they're going to say no, anyways, because I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine that you consider this person to be your wife and you will say such things about them, I guess, because what are
No.
the possibilities they see this again? They're forever going to have that in their mind. Like, this is what
Mm-hmm.
they think. So I think if you already know that, yeah, there's no way I'm staying with this woman, then you feel freer to say stupid shit out your mouth. So,
Truly, I felt bad for her because I'm just like, you know, if this was 2001 when we were still very obsessed with like being as skinny as possible and we were
oh,
talking
it's
about
back.
Jessica
It's
Simpson
back,
as like
Brian.
obese, oh, not for
It's
me,
back.
not my house. But like if that was, if that's where we still were, then this would feel different. But I feel like, like thick thighs save lives has become a thing. Like there is, appreciation for curves now that there wasn't back then. It made me sad. It made me
So
sad
they
and mad.
say, but the Ozempic era is back, so everyone's going back to real thin, and
Face is gonna look weird.
so. But I think they were in the pool and they were having fun, and I think she's picking up on the vibes that maybe he's not attracted because she asked a gazillion questions. Do you
Mm-hmm.
like this? Are you okay? Do you think I'm that? And I think he's trying to convince her and him that he's
Yep.
into her, but he's taking way too long to answer these questions, and he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
"No, you are. Yeah, you're gorgeous.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
I
It's really
am." And I'm
bad.
like, "Oh, this is so uncomfortable."
It's really
Um,
bad.
Nothing particularly standing out for them. We're gonna talk about the meetup. That's where all the juice is. So that was it
Oof.
for that
Gin and
couple.
juice.
Let me introduce you guys to Edmund and Calibria.
Hmm.
Edmund and Calibria are the token black couple because, as we
Yeah.
learned, those of us who watch Maps knew that, I guess there wasn't enough people to
Nobody
cast
black in
there, and they
Denver.
should have just left it that way. But so we get Edmund. I don't. It is unfair. I'm gonna say this delicately, that they passed this man on a psych check and
Mm-hmm.
let him come on a reality show where he's going to be intertwined and attached to somebody else, because now that person has to deal with him, and that's a
Yep.
whole other thing that we're dealing with. We're dealing with a grown man who licks the floor for fun, just lies there, who high knees everything everywhere, who
Mm-hmm.
eats his own boogers,
Sure does.
who, and we are like, yeah, you know what, this is the man that we want on here. Like, I always compare it to, this is the first part of American Idol where they get those people, she bang, and we know
Yeah.
that it's the joke, but they're claiming like, no, we're gonna give them a chance, as if we are not smart people. And
Right.
I don't appreciate it. I really don't,
No.
because it's the same old thing sometimes that we see on Maps where another black woman is subjected to this, because Calibria seems level-headed. My only
Yep.
question is, where the hell does she get the patience to deal with this man?
I don't
Because
know. I
she
don't know.
did
I don't have.
way better than I could. So
I've never met someone like this before. Like I've never met anybody who is like this. And like I have friends that are super high energy. I have friends that are weird as hell. I play Dungeons and Dragons on Sundays. I know from weirdos.
you do look
This
like
is
a
a
Dungeons
different
and
kind of
Dragons
weird.
person.
Well, it's a different
Miguel.
kind of weird we're talking about here. Miguel, listen, Miguel is who I play with. I don't play in costume, but like I got a friend who does. But like that's how most of us are. An acceptable level of weird. This is a whole different kind of weird. Because like, yes, laying face down flat on the floor, making out with the floor is not something Miguel would have done.
What about that? Because he's saying, "Oh, it's been a while since I kissed someone," so
Since I
that's
kissed
why he was
something.
licking the
And it feels
floor.
good. Yeah.
Brendan
That's
is like,
weird.
"Are you like, dude? Are you
Like,
like,
brother, what are you doing?
what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No. The guy's weird as hell. And like, I don't know how much of that might have come from his upbringing because like I've never been in the foster system. I don't
Yeah,
think I have any friends who've been in the foster system. I can understand that being bounced around to a bunch of different houses would probably weird out your personality quite a bit because you're adjusting to new places all the time. You're probably not stable with like the same group of friends even if you're moving across town or to a
yeah.
different school or whatever. So like this is probably just kind of a result of the way that his childhood was, I suppose. But like, I I don't I don't know why Calabria is like, oh, this is fine with me. Um, unless he's masking a lot better than I think he is.
I think, well, I'll say what my theory is. So my armchair diagnosis of Edmund, I think for everybody, is just like, it's a state of arrested development, honestly, because
Yes,
he's really just acting like a child. It's not
he
anything
feels
else. And
14.
it could be, like you said, for those who did not watch, he's bounced around a whole bunch of foster homes, and he's sad about it. Like he talks about it, he expresses his pain, and it could be the way that he had to cope, and
Mm-hmm.
that is how he's still coping, unfortunately, as an adult, and hasn't quite moved on into adulthood. He does mention that he has like a skateboard community who backs him up.
Rollerblading. He
Rollerblading,
rollerblades.
sorry. I thought it was skateboard.
Yeah.
Okay, rollerblading. He has a community that helps him, which is great because I'm all into everybody find your joy where it is, even if people find it
Mm-hmm.
weird. But like Brian says, I'm not gonna lie, it's a different level of eccentricness. And on top of everything else, he's a very emotional person. And this is not
Yeah.
just emotional. It's like, when I have a nephew. I don't have kids, but I have a nephew. You tell him like, I am going to feed you veggies today, and he's like, no, I want chicken nuggets. And
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I want, and then he like just has a tantrum about it, and he's so fixated on whatever it is that he has to. And
Yep.
how did I describe Edmund? Edmund is an acquired taste because
I didn't
that's
acquire it.
exactly that's the way I can say it, because from his energy. He's literally bouncing off the walls every
Yeah.
time. And when I tell you that he's high kneeing, he is. I'm going to talk about the reveal, but he actually high kneed around. He was high kneeing around the men's quarters, and those are the things that
Mm-hmm.
he was doing. And first impressions matter sometimes. And Edmund sounds like he permanently has helium in his voice.
His voice is particular.
There's that. So
Yeah.
there's just a lot. And I'm trying to be like nice to Edmund, but I'm trying to also give a good picture of who Edmund is. So my defense for Calibria is, when you have dated demons, in the real world, when you have dated like ancient men, and you've just been through the ringer with dating, and you come here and you're like, I'm going to do things differently. I'm just going to, try something healthy for me. And you meet a man who's open with his emotions. Again, remember, they don't know each other.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm going to give him a chance. And he's open. You know what? I'll take that over someone who's lying to me. Okay, fine. He starts crying. And the things he's crying about is like his foster home, his things. Of course, like, I'm not going to say, oh God, he's crying about, those are
Red
serious
flag.
things. Like, so you go ahead, and she's okay with that. And she sees that, and she's like, you know what? I can appreciate this. I can work with this. Now, when she's experiencing him, we're going to get there in the real world. Now is the time where she's like, okay, skirt, skirt.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? So that's my defense of why she was very patient with him. But for the reveal, I wish he had chapstick on because dry lips really bother
Ashy.
me. Like I
Ashy.
always buy packs of chapstick for my husband, just like, yeah, we're not gonna catch you slipping. You will always have it. One in his nightstand, there's one in his pocket, one in
Mm-hmm.
his work lot. Like I just somebody should have just been like, here, just have
Yeah.
chapstick. It's the way they were playing Katy Perry. They were playing Dark Horse. And
They were.
they ended it with an episode, and it was with Juicy J, and they just played the final line. There's no going
Mm-hmm.
back. And I'm like, this is ominous.
Right. And I'm just like, okay. Like, but my first thing with him that I'm very curious about, he was a college cornerback. All right, cool. I played offense, I didn't play defense. I want to see what he was like with his teammates. Because like to play corner, I don't know if he started or not. Like, you're by yourself. You are out there one-on-one with a wide receiver. Like, that is an alpha position. I played offensive line. I am one of a unit. We all work together. Like, we are buddies. This
Yeah.
dude's out here by himself. I'm like, you must have been phenomenal to not get hazed within an inch of your life on
We
that
don't know.
college football team.
We don't know if that isn't part of what the issue is today.
Right. I'm just like, I mean, when you say he's a corner, I'm like, okay, cool. I know a lot of corners. None of them act like that. Like, my dad was a cornerback. I know what these personalities is like. It's not like that. So I want to see him with his friends. Like, I need to know, are they all like this? Or are
Yeah.
you the odd man out in this whole groupe?
I mean, hopefully, when they start meeting family and friends, we get to see what he's
If they
about.
make it
Because
there.
I'm always like, we said it about Platteville. If we had met Veronica's parents,
Yep.
maybe, which, by the way, Brian, Lydia
Mhm.
Isopa was in DC too.
Oh, shit.
And she was in a park with Zach. They were having a picnic, and I knew exactly where they were, but I'm not crazy.
Wow.
I'm not going to go out
No,
there and
but
be like,
you should find them.
Lydia Platt, where are you?
Tell them I said hi.
I'm just going to hand her a piece of paper. Run away from your family.
Right? Just like put signs around town that says prayer closet with like an arrow pointing that direction. She'll find it.
So, anyways, they have the reveal. He proposes. He's very happy, and he's wearing a floral shirt with red
Mhm.
pants, red flared bell bottom pants. I think they were flooded in just a minute.
They were flooded.
Yes,
His
okay.
his his shin was exposed.
Okay, the shin was exposed. I was like, I don't know if his pants were way up high. I don't know if I saw a hint of a camel toe, but that's besides the point. But it was.
He looks like a Martin Lawrence character.
Or,
Like, what are we doing?
Are we talking Martin or are we talking Urkel? Because
No, he
I'm
looks
meaning.
not Urkel. He looks like Martin would play these really like cringe
Oh,
characters like Jerome and all of them. He looks like one of those characters. Like, what is this? Like, Urkel had no style, but like, it wasn't this.
Oh my God. So he comes out, and Calibria, to me, she's a very pretty lady, very curvaceous lady. And, she comes out, she sees him, goes past the squint, and she's like, oh my God, he's so handsome. And I'm like, okay, does she really believe that? Because I
Is
think
it?
she does. And he is blown away. They're in the same family color, like orange red kind of thing.
Mhm.
She's like, oh, my chocolate king. She pulls him in for a kiss. She calls him her sensitive baby because he started crying. And
Yep.
she says, it's okay, it's okay. And then he had tape on the shirt pocket that said
Yeah.
KB for her name. And yeah. And he ate with this because he made me laugh. He's in the confessional. He was like, oh my God, it's so real. Like, I'm about to cry, but I'm about to cry with a boner. And that made me laugh so hard.
I laughed, but again, I'm like, I've not heard someone say boner since 1996. Like,
Well, change
middle
that to
school.
2025.
like middle school, like Arrested Development, though. Like, what do you mean you have a boner? Like, what?
And then he tells her, hold on. And then she's like, wait, what? He heinies it out of there.
Sure does.
And then he goes in and he says, I wrote you a love letter. And it's the first one that he's ever written in his life. I mean, it was cute when she read it.
It was
and
cute.
Like that. So like I said, if you've been dating demons and you're presented with this, you'd be an idiot not to be like, you know what? I'll take this over someone that will break my heart. At least, I can trust him. So she tells us that if she had seen him in the real world, she would have absolutely walked right past him in his floral shirt. But then she does ask him, what is your last name? And I'm like, no, really, what do y'all be talking about in the pods? Like, why?
Right. What? How does this not come up?
Why do you not know his last name?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But yeah. So they get to Baja, and the next morning when they do their selfie Cam, he says the physical connection is good and easy. So at that point, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know if they did or
Yeah.
if they're not. But also, he got her gifts when they got there, and she was very
Mhm.
happy about that. He got her like shoes and something else that he got her,
Yeah,
and
personalized T-shirts.
personalized t-shirts, yes. And then she's like, oh, like, she's very reciprocal, that she's usually the giver. So, but he's one-upping her now, but she's going to play catch up.
Hmm.
They have a conversation. Hypotheticals again. Honestly, the
Oh
more
boy,
we cover Love is Blind, I'm beginning to realize maybe I am one of those people who don't care for hypotheticals. But
I like
if
them.
we it's like if we go out and a man puts his hand on me, and what are you gonna do about it? And he's like, yeah, I don't like problems. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. She's like, okay, you saw him do it. You saw him remove the hand. She's like, yeah, I'm a peacemaker. Like, I'm avoiding confrontation. She's like, okay, but then he puts it around and then he walks away. Like, you see him she tries all different variations, and Edmund is like, no, I'm not gonna do anything. And she's like, I'm gonna be angry with you when we get home. He's like, I mean, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, ma'am, have you seen what's happening in America? Do you realize he's a
Exactly.
black man in America? What are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, why would you want him? Because I know that there are women who like, their man to stand up for them. But the world is
Hmm.
too dangerous. A lot of people are not on their best terms mentally ever since the pandemic. Even
Right.
besides, like, why would you want to find out who's crazy or who's not?
No. Well, and this whole thing for me was the first red flag I've gotten from her, because first and foremost, my wife and I are both detectives. We had to look up his man's site, everything, because she was like, okay, if he played corner and she played college basketball, I bet she's taller than him. He looks petite. And so I looked him up. He was listed at 6'1", 185 when he played.
Yeah.
She's listed at like 5'7". So I'm like, okay,
Okay.
that sounds about
Yeah.
right. So if you're 6'1", let's say you're probably a little bit bigger now than when you played. Maybe you're like 190, 95 pounds. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're a dude who can fight. We see this man shirtless. His shoulders are big as shit. Like, this is a dude who could probably hold his own in a fight. So it's not a concern of, am I a coward? He kept on saying the same thing. Like, I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want, to get in trouble. My thing is, I'm not going to jail because some guy touched you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that dude touched you. Okay. Like, you can tell him I'm here with my man, whatever. If he won't leave you alone, I might say something. I'm
Yeah.
not going to fight
To
somebody.
go
Like,
fight something to
right.
feel protected. I don't, that's not.
No, if
Mm-mm.
if he says if I say something and he doesn't stop, I'm gonna get security. That's what their job is here. You guys can't see me. I'm big. I'm 6'2", like 225 pounds or so. Like, I'm a big enough dude that I could also fight. I haven't been in a fight since first grade. I'm not gonna hit somebody. Same thing he said. I'm not putting my hands on another man. Like, I'm not. Number one, what if I lose? I haven't had a fight in 35 years. I can't get embarrassed like that. But number two, what if I win and now he's going to the hospital and I'm going to the jail for like assault and battery because a guy touched you? And like, I don't want to be with a woman who feels the need to have me get into a fight with somebody because he touched her or said something that she didn't like. It's like those Key and Peele Megan sketches where Megan is constantly getting this dude in trouble because someone said something to her and he's getting his ass whooped. Like, I didn't like this.
Yeah.
And, I even to the point, he tried to make it clear, like, I don't care if that man's in a wheelchair or not. I'm not going to get into a fight. Like, I didn't like this for him. I didn't like it for her. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable.
It did, but it ended in a positive way because I think at some point he made it slip like there's no person that compares to him. Like, no, that
Mm-hmm.
he compares to, that they'll probably all be bigger or better than him and all that. And she's like, you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody else because if you keep comparing yourself, you always feel like you are less than. So I was
Right.
unclear if he was choosing not to fight because he's a peacemaker or if he's like, I'm automatically going to lose anyways. So I'd
God,
rather just not
you
go in
played
there,
corner.
and
Where's
then
your confidence?
you lose respect for me anyway, so I'm not just gonna put myself in that situation. I'm not sure,
Boy,
but that
wow.
was the out of many. Another red flag added to it is like this man's confidence is still not up, and she's gonna spend a lot of her time trying to hype him up and trying to
Yes.
get him there because he keeps comparing himself to somebody else. Little
Mm-hmm.
did we know.
Oh my
But
God.
we get back to them. Let's talk about Patrick and Casey.
Um,
So they come out and I'm not laughing at them, but they kiss. But it was so awkward. I'm like, has Patrick ever kissed a woman? Anyways, that's the whole thing. He proposes with a lot of the it
Yeah.
really, really bothers me, guys. I'm just like, I don't know if he's nervous or if this is just how he talks. But then
He
he
says like
brings
too
you,
much too.
yeah, and then they sit down and talk. And again, this is what we're talking about unpacking. He brings up the Asian guy thing again. And then he's
Mm-hmm.
just like, you never know. Like, just an Asian guy. You don't know. Stop saying it like it's a stain. You are
Right.
an Asian guy. What is
Get
the
some therapy.
thing? They think that. You shouldn't think that. You shouldn't
No.
adopt the way that they think. And if they think that, they suck. I
Yeah. No,
just,
you don't let somebody tell you how you feel about you. Like, no, for real, get some therapy though. Cause like therapy works for everybody. It's good for everybody. He has some shit he needs to unpack with the help of a therapist.
I think the thing is, even if Casey wasn't even thinking anything, you have put it in her mind. She's like, okay, should I
Yep.
be thinking about this now? Because I don't, you mentioned it so many times. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
She tells us in the confession, I mean, she's kissing him. They're all kissing. It's very awkward to me, but they just
Mm-hmm.
keep kissing and sitting and they're not really saying anything. But she tells us that she can't even remember the first kiss, but she can't stop looking at the ring. She
Oh
says
no.
that she's so happy, but she sounds like she's just been sentenced to jail.
Yep. Yep.
And then
Oh my God.
right before they are about to go to Baja, we see her at the hotel. I'm like, uh-oh. But then again, the
Hmm.
last time we saw someone at a hotel, they're still together now. So I'm
It
like,
was just
what?
fine.
It might be fine. Everything's fine. It's like that
You're
dog.
right.
There's a fire going around. Everything's fine. Then
It's
he
fine.
comes by and he's like, oh, this. And she's crying. And then she's like, it has nothing to do with you. Like, you're a great guy. I just can't go to Baja. Like, I don't go. He's like, oh, it's fine. We don't need to go. Oh, we could just go. We'll see each other. She is breaking up with him. Patrick is not picking up what she's putting down. He keeps
Because
saying,
she's not
"We'll
saying
see."
it.
Yeah, she's not saying it, but I mean, body language, all the things. She just keeps crying and kissing. In fact, she jumps on him, puts her
Thank you.
legs around him. Yeah, that's true. She jumps on
Yeah.
him, puts her legs around him, and he's like, okay, I'll see you then. She's like, I don't think so. And she was like, I can't because I know she's going back to that toxic ex. There's
Of
no
course she
way.
is. Of course, I don't know what the fuck this was. Like, again, I've seen this scene play out 2 times now. I didn't get it either time. I understand you being like, okay, turns out I am a villain and looks matter to me more than anything, and I don't find this man attractive and never will, and so I have to go. Like, okay, I get that. You suck, but like we've
You
seen
guys,
that
she
happen on the show
actually
before.
said that. That doesn't are Brian's
Yeah.
word because they
No.
flash back to what she actually told the producers, and she's like, "Yeah,
Yes.
I don't find him attractive, and I don't want to waste
Yeah.
his time. It's never gonna be there."
I'm never gonna get there.
Yeah,
Which is like,
and
Jesus. So, okay, so I can understand if that's how you feel. Shouldn't have come on this show, but I get it. You belong on Too Hot to Handle, but you're not hot enough for that show there. I said it.
we are
The problem
absolutely
is,
going to see her in Perfect Match.
oh, for sure, ruining somebody else's time, I'm sure. But like, if that's how you feel, tell him that. And you cannot keep on making out with him and telling him you love him. And he's over and over again. He's like, okay, so do you not want to go to Baja or are you breaking up with me? And she's like, yeah, no,
And
yeah.
she's
Oh, I
shaking her
love
head.
you. Oh,
Mm,
it's nothing to do with you. I just can't go to Baja. And he's like, okay, so I guess we'll hang out back in Denver. Yeah, no, yeah.
I can't.
How are you going to find my name? I'm just like, girl, nut up and tell him, hey, I fucked up. I'm not ever going to get there. I know this is messed up, but it is what it is. But for him at the end,
Yeah.
to be talking to the producers and be
Oh,
like,
that
yeah,
was
she
so
told me she still
sad.
loves me. She told me it was nothing to do with like me or being attracted. And so like, I'm good with that. Is that what she told you guys too? And then we cut to
Oh,
her being like, ugh, this fucking disgusting piece of shit. And I'm just like, this is so messed up because you don't want to be the bad guy in front of him, but you have no problem being the bad guy in real life.
yeah,
It
because she
just,
told him
I was
I
mad.
can't do this on TV, and then
Yeah.
I felt so sad seeing him talk to the producers and
Oh,
him just saying, but I mean, I know he badly wanted to go to Baja because he's like, if you guys want to
yeah.
take me, we can
I'm a ghost
go.
store, right?
Because as much as Patrick annoys me, I'm not, again, I've never dismissed what happened to him or his trauma, but this is it happening all over again. He is
Yes.
not going to hear anything else except the fact that I think it's because I'm Asian. He has told himself that, and that's what he's going to think. And it's just,
Mm-hmm.
it's reinforcing something that he's had his whole life is going to be like, this is why I didn't want to do this and all that. But
This is his biggest fear come to
oh,
life right in
that
front of
was so
him on
sad.
national TV.
That was so sad. So I'm
Mm.
looking forward to the reunion. I don't know. Again, I don't know how these people do it. I do this on national TV. You're never going to see me again. But I'm
Nope.
pretty sure we're going to see Casey at the reunion, and we're going to see what happens with that.
Yeah. I don't know if they showed her at the like get together or not. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. They might, because who else was she talking to?
I
Was she
don't
talking to?
remember the preview, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, there
Oh,
was
who
no,
was she
there was
talking
like,
to?
was
Yeah.
she talking to Blake in the pod? There was somebody else she was talking to in the pods, and I think
No, it
we
wasn't
see
Blake.
them interact.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
I
look
think.
forward to it, but for now, I'm just like, poor Patrick, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm.
move on to Annie and Nick.
Yeah.
These are the
Gross.
LGBTQ plus people. They go straight for a kiss. He says that she's beautiful. It's beyond. There's nothing really spectacular. Annie's hair. I don't know. I mean, Edmund
There's so much of it.
Edmund calls her. He was like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but when they all meet, Edmund's like, you know what? I like Annie. She does what she wants, no makeup, natural, her hair, any way she wants it. If Edmund is clowning you,
Right? I mean, she just walks around looking like shit because she don't care. I love that. Like, oh no. But yeah, my wife said the same thing. She was like, why is her hair as tall as the rest of her head? She's got
like,
two heads.
what's going on? Like, I'm just like,
You own a salon. Gina
yeah,
would never.
that's true.
She had
That's
her own
exactly.
problems, but it wasn't this.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about Annie and Nick. They really liked each other. I will say this, as much as I cannot stand this man, it almost felt like he got better looking when they went to Baja, which I know it's like a few days, but I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I also didn't notice his eyes until someone else said it. So, ooh.
Yeah, lizard eyes. Well, the part for me, um, I didn't like. I guess I just didn't like how the whole thing kind of felt from her because she was like, "Well, I know he lives up in the mountains, so I figured he'd be like super tall and like a big old beard down here and work boots." I'm like, he sells watches, dum dum. You think he wears work boots to sell watches, luxury watches? Grizzly Adams? Like, what are you talking about?
But honestly, I think it worked for her because with that in mind, I think she was expecting the
Yeah,
worst. So this was best case scenario for her.
yeah.
But
No,
why
she
she
thought a
even,
Sasquatch was going to show up.
yeah, but why she even had that thought is actually
No
very
idea.
surprising. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He sells luxury watches. He like image is a huge part of that
Mm-hmm.
kind of job. So
A very big part of it.
okay, our last couple is Megan and Jordan. Megan took so much time before she finally
Mm-hmm.
realized that she was going to go with Jordan. And she has a big smile. She thinks he's so cute. In fact, she's just like, thank God, because Mike had gotten into her head and she was just fully
Mm-hmm.
expecting. She was already hyping herself up. No matter what he looks like, you love him. Because that's another thing. All these people, they love each other so much.
Yep.
And honestly, he looks like he dressed up in a suit. He said it's the
Yeah,
nicest one I own, so I'm just gonna
I
wear it
believe
on
him.
this occasion. Everything was covered up. He looked nice in it. He just looked like he should
Mhm.
be on the office. I was just expecting
Yeah,
him to do a flyaway.
yeah.
It
Without
was
the
weird.
tattoos showing, he is average white man.
Yeah,
There's nothing remarkable about him.
yeah. The only thing I had was when they were talking about his son. He's very proud of his son, by the way. And even when
Yeah.
they met, the first thing he did was take her back to see pictures of his
Yep.
son. And like I said, it's always the difference between how men with kids act versus the women who with kids, because it's always
Yep.
like they see it as a burden, and then the men come and it seems like he's the primary parent.
I think he has custody is what I'm
Okay,
guessing from the way that
yeah,
he talks about it. Because
yeah,
I would imagine if the mom had custody, I don't think him having diabetes would be as big of a thing because like he's not here most of the time to do his shots and everything.
that
So
sounds
like,
terrible, Brian.
well, but
It
I'm
sounds
saying like
scary.
not. Well, I know that, but I mean,
Yeah, but
you wouldn't need to prepare somebody or have somebody who understands diabetes as much. It wouldn't be as important if he's not living with you. Like you want someone that understands giving shots. I'm watching that season of Married at First Sight where Katie had diabetes, and the first thing that she has Derek do is give her a shot because it's like you're gonna have to do this sometimes.
no, I think what I mean is even if he's not the primary parent, at some point we're hoping they're interacting and you are going to be in the house
Well,
anyways, even
yes,
if it's for a week
yes,
or the summer. So yeah.
yeah, it's still important. But I got the impression, as much as he talks about him, I got the impression that they live together.
Yeah, because I think at some point she said my preference would be He said no. What he said was like, I would like his mom to be involved, and I was like, is she
Yeah.
not? But I mean, he did a good job. I mean, he didn't disparage her or anything. So,
No. No.
I think Megan said something about I'm stepping in to be his mom. So I was
Yep.
kind
I
of
didn't
like,
like that.
yeah, I don't like that because I'm like, when you're a step parent, the mom is around. Like they didn't die or
Yeah.
anything. Like you're in there. So that's why I'm like, but we also don't know what the story
Right.
is with the
He
mom.
didn't
So
correct
maybe,
her, so maybe she's
yeah,
not around
he
at
didn't
all.
correct it exactly. So maybe she said it based on whatever conversation they've had, and we don't know
Hmm.
about it. But I was like, oh, what does that mean?
Yeah. Didn't like how it
Um,
sounded.
Everything went well in Baja. I think for me, the first signs of trouble for them was when they were brushing their teeth and
Hmm.
she lets the water run. And then he's looking at her. She does nothing. He turns off the water and he's like, you're wasting water. And she looks at him. And I mean, I don't think it's bad because I am Jordan and Jordan is me. I'm whispering this. That's what I do.
I do the same shit. Don't run
Okay.
that shit. Why is it running?
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
need it.
But just looking at him like, and also we didn't know that Jordan is very into his tongue hygiene. He had like a tongue
Hmm.
scraper, and someone brought it up again that he's
Yep.
very particular about mouth smells. So, yeah. So the next morning they wake up. Last night was super fun, so it looks like they had sex. So those were all the reveals for all the couples
We missed one part that I found personally offensive.
in the
Do
couple
not,
in the reveal.
yes, the reveal. Do not try to convince me that Megan is dragging a wagon. She is not.
Oh
Her
yes.
her butt is totally fine. Do not try to gas me up like I'm supposed to look at this thing and go, God damn, because I didn't, and I know what I like. I know that I am a big old butt man, and if you tell me to look at it, I'm gonna go, stop. The same thing that happened on, there was a girl on Temptation Island, because we did that for our off season, and
Yeah.
she talked about her butt nonstop, and I'm like, is the butt in the room with us? Because I don't see it. Listen, Megan is a beautiful woman. Her body is totally fine. It seems like they are very into each
That's
other.
totally fine.
Do not lie to me. Do not pull the wool over my eyes.
You
Don't
guys.
do it.
Brian is not joking. He texted me.
I
He was
don't.
like,
I don't
he said,
play.
if they try one more time to convince me that Megan has a wagon. Here's the thing. I don't think she has a wagon, but I will say this. There was a scene where she was in that jumpsuit and
Yeah,
she was walking around. I was intrigued by her butt because I was looking at like, what is
sure.
happening here? It's not a big old butt, but it's
It's got
sticking
shape.
out, but it's
Yeah.
hanging low. But it's not
Hmm.
like I don't. I didn't, and then I gave up because I was already like too much going on with this season, and I was like, I got
Yeah.
6 episodes to power through. I don't have time. But then there was another
Yeah.
the meetup where all the women were like, "Your butt is like," and then Calibria, who I think has a nicer butt, was like, "Oh, it's so good,"
Right.
and I was like, "Huh."
I'm like,
Maybe
I
it's
mean,
different off
it's
camera.
round, but like it ain't big. Like
It
I don't
sticks.
know.
It sticks out from her body. That's the best.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to, but it
He
if
said
it
it's
was
supposed
me, if it was me, I wouldn't have noticed. Is my point. I wouldn't
to,
have pointed that out and go, "Oh, look at that over there."
and as a connoisseur, you know.
Yes, as an
Yes.
appreciator, as an
Okay.
aficionado, I would not have noticed.
Okay. Let's talk about the meetup. Okay. They are all meeting up. I love when they meet up. I love
I
when
love
they
it.
come together, when they size each other up, and then they talk about it afterwards. Good for Nick. Nick is still doing business. He goes to Meg. He's like, I like your Cartier bracelets. She's like, you got to get one for Jordan. He's like, I got you. I got one. And I know he made a mental note, follow up with Meg to
Yep.
get that on there. Um, they start doing girl talk and everyone starts talking about sex. Everyone is so happy. Megan
Oh
is
boy.
like, Jordan is not who she would go for, but let me tell you, it was the best sex she ever had. And I think it was Annie that was like, I want more details. What
Yep.
exactly made it the best? What did he do? Like, tell me more. She's like,
Draw me a diagram.
the man just knows what he's doing. They're like, I love that for you. Madison
Hmm.
says she and Joe had amazing sex. Annie says the sex was good. She tried to hold out. And then Calibria is like, yeah, we're both waiting to see if we both say yes. If we say yes, then, we're going to do it. They're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then we find out that because Edmund has a hair pick. He's had the Afro pick in his hair the whole time. I can't
Multiple of them.
remember if it was at the reveal. I don't recall seeing it, but she did say, I think so. So I don't know. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. I don't know if he had one at the reveal or not, because I watched for it and I forget what the conclusion was. But
Yeah, I
at
can't
first I'm
remember
like,
the
oh, he
conclusion.
always has it, but then he doesn't have it in his confessional. So it's like it's
Yeah.
most of the time probably.
Yeah, but he does have it at the meetup, but she doesn't seem bothered. She's just like,
Yeah.
he has a lot of energy, but he's fine. And she's like, he's so cute. He had her name on tape. And I was like, I don't know if I'll share that story, but hey, she's happy with it. And that's all that matters. The
If you
guys
like
are
it, I love it.
talking, and I can't remember who said it. And someone was like, you know what? You know what's so weird, guys? We're probably all having sex at the same time. I'm like, Denver bros, Denver bros. But I got a question for you, Brian.
Hmm.
What is more cringy? Whoever said, "Oh, we're probably all having sex at the same time," or the guys from Love Is Blind Brazil making a pact to come out and go, "Ow," just to show that they had sex.
Oddly enough, the Brazil thing is less cringy to me.
Oh my god!
I think I think because that was an agreement that they all made and none of the wives seemed bothered by it somehow. Like I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
One wife was mad about it. She was like, "You're not going out
Oh,
there. You are
there was. I
not
was like,
going out
you
there."
ain't doing that.
Yeah.
But like that to me seemed like it was like a playful, silly thing. This felt more like I don't know what. Like if you're having sex with your wife, I don't want you thinking about me having sex with my wife. Focus on what you're doing. Keep your eyes on your paper. Like I am certain at some point in time in my life I've been having sex in the same area as a friend of mine in a house, an apartment complex, something. We don't have to talk about it. That's not my business.
I mean, the guys, I think is, I don't know, again, whoever is going to come to me and tell me about Denver Bros, this might be part of, they seem very open with each other.
They
I mean, except for
yeah, they
Nick.
do.
But Edwin is like, "Oh, word? I haven't hit it yet." And they're like, "You're lying, you're lying." And then Nick is like fishing. He was like, "Well, are you guys doing anything else?" He asked like five
Yep.
times, like, "But you're
Yep.
doing something else, right? You're still doing anything?" And he's like, "Nah, we did. We kind of did." And then she's like, "I need to hit it before marriage." And the guys were actually the ones even saying, "You have
Mhm.
to go at her pace. Like, it doesn't matter." He was like, "Nah, because if she doesn't do it, it means like she's not really into me, and that's it." And then I think, who was it? What's Ali's husband's name? Anton. Anton was
Anton.
the one who was just like, "No, you just have to be patient. Like, he doesn't mean anything in that way." I was just
Mhm.
bothered by the fact that he kept saying, "I have to hit it."
And see,
Arrested Development again.
frankly, to dumb it down even more, he said I have to hit. So it wasn't even like hit it. It's
There
just
was
like
no
I have
hit.
to hit. And it's just like, okay, um, I can understand a logical reason for this. If you want to make sure that you have a good sexual relationship with the person you're going to marry, you don't want to get married to somebody and then find out, oh my God, our sex is horrible. And like this is gonna be a disaster for us. If that was his position, I'd be like, I get why this is a concern for you. It was more just like, well, all you guys are having sex. How come I can't have some sex? And I'm like, well, that's not the reason that you should be feeling this way. And for a moment, I was like, well, yeah, it's easy for you guys to all say he could be calm about this. You guys are all post-coital right now. Like you guys are all having what you want. He's not. But the way that he came about this was nuts. Like the first way he brought it up, like I have to hit before marriage. I have to hit. I'm like, buddy, you can't wait a month. Like,
Yeah.
number one, you could probably wait a month, especially if at least other things are happening with your dong. Like if she's like, I'm not gonna ever touch it, that's a different thing, I guess. That could be frustrating. But like, I don't. This was gross to me. It was gross, and it felt like a cornerback.
So here's my thing. It goes back to the same thing. Remember, she already said, "What is your last name?" What did they
Yeah.
talk about? We've had
Thank
people
you.
where they had conversations like, "What are your thoughts on sex before marriage?" Whatever. Because even Nick, Mr. Church, Mr. Whatever,
Yeah.
apparently, having sex before marriage. Yay, that's good.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ plus. That's the problem.
Can't do it. I
Anyways,
mean,
so
Patrick is over here having a full on, phone sex conversation. Like, you didn't talk at all about sex, and
yeah.
oh,
So that's why I'm like,
yeah.
is it news to you? Did she not say it? Did you find out after that? Like, oh, I'd rather wait. And then he was saying, like, at first I was with him because he was saying, no, I wasn't with him. Why am I saying that?
Oh,
But no, I wasn't with him. But I feel like when he was saying, like, it feels like she's not doing it because she's not into me. I'm saying I was with him because I kind of understand, like, there's a lot of insecurity that comes with, married at first sight, love is
of
blind. You don't
course.
know these people. You don't know if they're lying to you. I mean, in the case of
Hmm.
Madison and Joe. And then there are all these demons out there who say like they're not attracted to you, but you know what? There's free sex. I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah,
things like that are
I'm gonna
going
hit.
through. So for him, if he's getting some kind of sense like, oh, she's holding back, oh, he's making it up in his head that she's holding back, and the true reason they're not having sex, especially for him, who struggles with his confidence, is he has just told himself like she's not into me and she doesn't want to have sex with me. That's the reason, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's where I mean, like I was with him, like it's his insecurity talking. But then when you switch it and you keep saying I have to hit it before marriage, I have to hit it. If that was important to you, again, did you guys not talk about that before
Right.
marriage? So then you can say we're not aligned sexually, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
I
then
don't. I mean, if that's clearly important to you, and I can understand why, and if it is, make that clear,
yeah, make
and
that clear and have
that's it.
conversation on that.
Yeah.
So then we move on, and Edmond is putting sunscreen on Calibria's feet and sucking on it. And you could tell she was a little embarrassed because she's like, babe, there's sunscreen on there. It's like a man who
Right.
eats his boogers, he doesn't care. It's like when
Kissing
you're
the floor and
teenager
shit.
and you do little things like, oh, I'm going to bang this thing on my head, even though it's going
Mm-hmm.
to hurt me. I'm still going to do it.
Wild.
So he's sucking on it, and something rubbed me the wrong way. They're the only black couple, right? And they're on there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's sucking on her toe, and someone on there was like, I will pay money for this, to watch
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
She probably didn't mean it anyway, but
Probably
just
not.
them being entertained,
It's
didn't sit
well,
right.
especially with him being as performative as he is too.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh, probably didn't
yeah.
mean it the way that it came across, but I heard it too.
Yeah, yeah, and it was just something, and she was trying to get him to stop, but he kept going on. And then he told, I think it was Annie, he was like, "Go find Nick or go find you," and she was like,
Yeah.
stop doing that." And
Yep.
then he decided to go on and on about what Annie did and how crazy it was, and he wouldn't stop. And I think it's the thing where he'd convince himself, I need to get this out. No one's
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell me to stop saying it. He was like, it was crazy, yo. I cried. Like, it was just
Yep.
weird. I don't know why he did it. And Clipper's like, stop. Like,
Hey
just be
man,
careful.
stop.
Like, don't bring it up. He was not having any of it. He was just going
No.
on and on and on. But then he's like, oh, but you know what? When you chose Nick, he's a good guy. He's a big dog. I was just like, this is so strange. I don't know what I'm
No.
watching. And they decided to spend so much time on that scene. And it was like, what is this? So then we
Yeah.
see Joe. Joe seemed to be paying more attention to Jordan.
Yep.
I don't know if they were drunk. There was just a lot of weird jokes, I guess Denver bros, going back and forth about that. And I'm not going to lie, I truly, truly needed a confessional to explain to me what I'm supposed to be feeling. And they gave
Yeah.
us none.
No.
Just a
This
long scene of them doing too much.
I'm going to assume they were both completely hammered drunk here. I don't know why they were the only ones. Like, were y'all just like ripping shots and like chugging beers while everyone else was having a conversation?
Yeah.
But then my other thought was like, did someone give you guys drugs? Because like
Oh.
we talked last time, I understand how weed looks. That's not what it looks like if you're on weed. Like it felt like, did someone give you guys a pill? Like what is? Because this is not normal like drunk person behavior. It was so bizarre to me, and my jaw was open for so long. Like what is happening? Like get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Because I was just like, can you not even read the room? Can't you see that there's something going on? Because at some point, Annie actually tells Joe, like, okay, you need to tone down that energy. And she tells
Yeah.
him, move away from me. Like, don't
Yeah.
come near me or anything. And then Jordan is like, you can come closer to me. And then
Right.
they're there. And Megan comes over to Jordan and is like, I think you might like Joe more than me. And then all of a sudden, Joe is just like, Anton is the most handsome Russian that he has ever seen. And then Megan is like, I wouldn't have pegged him to look the way it is. Joe starts making pegging jokes. Jordan is like, oh, you're not going to peg me. Then they start talking about pegging. There was so much commotion, so much Beavis and Butthead laughter. And I was like so
Yes.
confused. And I'm like, give me a confessional. Because Megan is looking at them, like a boxing or tennis match where you're just looking at.
Yep.
Right. She's just doing that with that weird smile on her face. I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you annoyed? Are you scared? I don't know what to think. Give me a confessional. But we
Mhm.
didn't have any of that. So then Megan just flat out tells Jordan, like, you're annoying me. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop. But then he continues. He
Yep.
continues to just be obnoxious, just saying all this stuff. He's like, oh, you're so annoyed. And I was so, I didn't think about the drugs aspect until you said it. We're never going to know because they're
Never gonna
never going to
know.
tell us if
But
that
like,
is the case. I
what
mean,
happened?
I'm just saying, but the girls are watching all this unfold, and then they start talking about Anton, and they're like, we like the way he's just classy. That's code speak because like, what are
Mm-hmm.
these drunken dudes doing here? So it just feels like I don't know what a Denver bro is, but from what I'm watching, a Denver bro is a Peter Pan, like just being
Yeah.
childish and childlike. So Madison is trying to talk to Joe because she's been trying to get his attention like for like hours now.
Oh my
Every time
god.
she tries to talk to him, he just diverts and was like, Anton, come over here. He just wasn't doesn't want to be
No.
around her. So then he goes to her and is like, are you okay? And she's like, I am. But every time she leaves him, she's like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? You want to be with your bros? I'm just
Walks
gonna.
away.
And she tells him how every time she tries to talk to him, he just talks over her to someone else. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the room. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm like, good idea. Like it's one thing when you and your couple get along, but it's an important thing to see how your partner is in a room, how they work a room in a
Yes.
social setting, because you are going to be seen as a unit. You are going to be
Mm-hmm.
representing that person. And I think for them, this is the first time. And this is why they do these getaways, because you get to see what your person is around alcohol. Because again, you have to know your limit. I'm a lightweight. I know myself. I could, depending on what the alcohol is. If it's wine, whoop, we're going straight. So I know, like, I'm not taking certain things. I don't mix certain alcohols. Nobody should be mixing alcohols. But it's just, I don't know why you don't know what your limit is when you get to a certain age,
Exactly.
especially when you're on national TV, especially when you're supposed to be in the honeymoon phase with your new partner. Why wouldn't you want to present yourself your best foot forward?
Right. And I,
So,
I will say this. I went to a Big Ten university. I drinking is what we all majored in. If you go to any Big Ten school, it's not Northwestern. I
mhm,
mean the original, I'm not counting all the new ones. So like I binge drinking was all we did the whole time that we were in college. By the time I finished college, I was like, I know how I feel every step along the way and like when I should probably stop. So by the time I'm 27, I get the notion that like I've done enough heavy drinking to get
mhm,
to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm pretty buzzed right now. And it's like 5 p.m. This party goes on until midnight. Like I probably should cool it a little bit, sit down on the couch, talk to somebody for a while, give this some time. I don't know how he doesn't have any kind of a self regulator to
yeah,
go, okay, I'm pretty drunk right now and I'm looking around and noticing everyone else is having polite conversation and I have an urge to do a cannonball and I probably shouldn't. It's like maybe I should just like stop and talk to my wife a little bit. It never came to mind for him. And the worst part was she kept on saying, do you want me to come back with you? He's like, no. And she's like, okay, but like I can come back. Like I can come back and help you. I was like, no, you should stay here. He's like, but
yeah,
you don't want me to come back? And he's like, no. So she's clearly looking for you to say, yes, I would like for you to come back with me. And instead, he's like, no, you stay here by yourself with all the couples, and I will go back to the room alone. It's not good. And I have to wonder, given her condition, if she's like, is this what it's going to be like if I'm
yeah,
blind at 40 and need you? Like, am I going to
yeah.
be able to rely on you to help and be responsible?
It was just a bad first impression. Like, it's one of the
Terrible.
things where if you've had equity, you've been together years, you have things, and you're like, yeah, you know what? It's a night out, it's whatever, but this is your first time. The fact that you
Mm-hmm.
didn't even make the conscious effort to be on your best behavior and be not drunk. I'm not even saying sober, you're having a good time, but to be not drunk is a choice.
Well,
And
and
that
even if
just
she, e-
indicates.
e- yeah, well, even if he got that drunk but was like drinking with her and just couldn't keep pace with her and oops now I'm hammered, that's one thing. Like you separated yourself from her to drink a shitload and like that's concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, he does go back to the room. He goes to take a nap. I mean, that was the best decision he could have made. She comes
Right.
back. And the minute she sits on the bed and is like, "Hey, Jordan," I don't know why she was waking him up. That was the whole thing. First of all, was like,
Yeah.
if he's sleeping, just let him sleep it off. Like, I don't know why she was
Right.
waking him up, but they must have known because there were cameras in the room, so they must have been ready. So she woke him up, and he's all freaked out. And then he's just saying, like, "Are you're ready to go? Where were you? Oh, you were
Mm-hmm.
there." She's like, "I just came back from the pool party." He was like, "You were there." Like, where are you dressed up ready to go to? Why are you here? And
Yeah.
at first he answered like someone was trying to fight him and stuff. Again,
Right?
I was so confused. No confessional, guys. Still no
No.
confessional
No.
happening. So then he starts asking, where are you coming from? He did ask, like, I mean, according to her,
Over and over
it was
again.
5 times, then it was 7 times, then it was whatever. But he was asking over and over and she had to say it. And I get her being freaked out. But Brian, I'm not going to lie. I don't understand why she was crying. What are you crying for? Like, I
I
didn't get
mean, the look on her face broke my heart
that.
because
Okay.
she looked horrified by this. And I
Mhm.
can see, like, i- if my wife was acting like this, I'd had that same look on my face. But I've also seen my wife drink plenty of times and never get to that point.
Mhm.
So if I'm her and I'm like, I have not been around someone that has been this drunk in many years,
Mhm.
and now it's the first time we're drinking and you are like this, that's crazy. Secondly, he was getting like real confrontational with her too. So at that point, she's probably like, you're real volatile right now. I can barely see because I'm Velma from Scooby Doo. Like, if shit pops off, what am I can't run out of here quick. Like, I think there must have been a whole lot of thoughts going through her head because when he followed her like into the bathroom, he was like cussing and stuff. And I'm just like,
He
man,
was talking to someone. Honestly, he was talking. That
yeah,
part is the part that was kind of weird. I think I was wondering why she was crying because at the end of the day, production is there. They're not going to let anything happen to you. And
that's
like
true.
the assumption is that it's both of you, but you're fine. If the worst comes to the worst, they'll get you another hotel room. Like
Well, I'm also
I'm not
wondering
a
how all
person
this
who
happened.
yeah, I'm not a person who freaks out easily. So I just didn't understand,
Yeah,
like, okay, let's find a solution. Let's not cry. So,
yeah.
but
Well,
I'm not dismissing it. I'm just saying. But
I'm wondering. Well, let's say she was at the party by herself for 4 hours. Let's
mhm.
say that happened, and he slept for 4 hours, and then she came back, and he was still this like drunk and confused and messed up. I'd be freaked out too. I'm like, how have you slept for 4 hours? And I don't know how long it was. And
Yeah,
maybe if that confrontation went on in the room for like 45 minutes, by the end of that, I'd probably be crying too. Like, what? Can you get it together? Like,
okay,
stop.
I think that's a good yeah. I think she was freaked out. She's allowed to be freaked out because
Yeah.
honestly when he got up and he was walking in there and he was laughing and talking to
Yeah.
whoever, I was like, okay, that is kind of weird. But that makes sense if that fight or whatever happened so much longer
Yeah.
than
We
what
just don't
we
know.
saw. We just didn't know what it was. But I think the interaction in the room till you mentioned it, I'm considering that maybe it was drugs. I don't know.
It might.
Maybe it was
I just
beyond
don't know.
maybe it was beyond alcohol. I don't want to put that on them because that's a lot or whatever, but it just seemed beyond alcohol because her
Yeah.
words, he was incoherent. And he
He
was like,
was
why are you
completely.
saying that? But it was just a very strange um interaction there.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get more clarity and
We're
a
gonna have to.
confessional when we
Yes.
get um the next batch of that. So the main meat and the final scene that we saw when they come back to the room, Calibria and Edmund
Mm.
are having pillow talk. And Edmund, who is so concerned about what people think, is like, oh, which couples do you think would say I do? They share who they think it would be. Then Edmund starts making it competitive and is all
Yeah.
like, oh, but do you think I think it's us? Like, I think we're the strongest couple that, they think that he says that they think that they are the strongest couple. And she's like, I don't care what they think. But he
Right.
just keeps going and going. Like, no, like, it is what it is. Like, they think that we are the ones. If we had to pick, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm exhausted. And
Mm.
she said, I don't care what they think. And he's like, I do care what people
I
think.
do.
And then she says,
Ugh.
she asked him straight up. I like how upfront she is. She's like, does it bother you that you're the only one that hasn't had sex? And then he's like, wait, I didn't know that.
Yep. He's like,
And
am
then
I
he's like,
for real?
I thought it was just like, he was like, no, the other, he was like, she was like, oops, I shouldn't have said anything. And then
Yep.
he was like, he opened his mouth to say it bothered him because I'm like,
Hmm.
you told the guys it does bother you. You need to know what your compatibility is sexually before you get married, but he doesn't
Yeah.
say it. Then he's like, he's the only guy. Then he makes a baby face. Then he pauses and she's like, talk. He's like, she's
Hmm.
like, say it. You might as well say it. Like, just talk. And then he whines. He's like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to hear myself say it because it sucks. I'm like, I could not do this for the rest of my life. Mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
could not
Couldn't be
do this.
me.
Then he's like, you know, I'm giving my fucking all, my fucking all, and
Oh
I'm
my
the only
God.
one that didn't have sex. And then he laughs. And I'm like, now this would freak me out. Like, we're having
Yes.
a serious conversation. And then you're laughing maniacally. And I'm like, what did I say? I didn't say anything. And he's like, you're not matching my energy. And then she matches his energy and is like, since you like the comparison game, sex means different
Yep.
things to different people. Like what sex means to me might not be the same thing that means to Anton. And for me, I've done all this before. I've had one night stands. I've had sex with people that I wasn't committed to. And now I want to do things differently. And
Hmm.
now I want to wait till I'm married where it's going to be meaningful. I just don't want to have sex for that. And he's like, I'm locked in more emotionally than you. He almost wants to cry. And again, her patience kicks in because he
Yeah.
starts yelling, I'm fucking nice. I'm too fucking nice.
I'm
At this
too
point, he's
fucking nice.
full blown crying. He's like, I'm too nice. They tell me all the time I'm too nice. And I'm like, you see, nice guys finish last. And I'm like, nice guys that feel like they're entitled to something because you're nice? No,
Yup.
no,
No. No.
no, no,
No.
no.
Listen, my wife will tell you I am nice as shit. Like I don't put pressure on anything because I'm afraid of being rejected. And so I was never like pushing the envelope because I'm, oh my God, if she says no, I'll never recover from this.
Mm-hmm.
So she's always led the way, like when we were dating on all of that stuff, because it's like, she knows I'm not going to say no, but like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to put her in a weird position. The guy who yells that he's a nice guy is never a nice guy.
Nope.
That's never a nice guy. And you cannot think that being nice to somebody entitles you to sex or a relationship or anything else. Like, if you're nice to her, good. It should be because you care about her and want to be nice to her.
Yeah, how nice can you be if the reason you're nice is to get something?
Right. You have been in this woman's physical presence for maybe 48 hours at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you are screaming in her face that you're too nice because you didn't force her to have sex with you in the first 2 days. Like, what, being mean to her you think would have been better off for this? This is giving big incel energy. Like, it feels very much like manosphere podcasts and all that shit. Probably the tribe that Mike belongs to is in that group. Like, this set me off in a way that I'm just like, no, she needs to run from this man because this is not a good place to begin.
I mean, I like the fact that she called him out and was like, if you
Yeah.
didn't find out that you were the only one, would you be this bothered? He says
Mm-hmm.
no.
Lion.
Of course, she doesn't believe him. But again, I think, it's use your words. Tell her what you told the guys, unless you were
Yep.
trying to peacock in front of the guys. Like, just tell her, like, I just want to be sure that we're
Mm-hmm.
compatible sexually. But instead, you're saying everything but the thing. You're saying, like,
Yes.
I just can't get over the fact that you've been having one night stands and they didn't give you half of what I've given you.
Oh,
You just met, sir. The pods are 10 days at most, and then plus now, so maybe 12 days. You haven't even
yep.
known her 2 weeks. How do you know that you're giving your all? And then you're just yelling at her. And then this made me laugh too. When she was about to be like, those, I don't do those anymore. I haven't done one night stands. It's
It's
been
been a
like
year.
a year. I'm like,
Now, listen,
I thought
to
it was
be,
gonna be like when I was 20, like five
I
years
thought
ago.
the same
She's
thing.
like a year. And I'm like, she's probably approximating, it's like 9 months or
Yeah.
something.
I thought that was going to be like, that was in college. It's like, no, no, no. Like, but even so, like, okay, cool. First and foremost, Edmund, you want to tell me you have not had a one night stand? Like, that's a thing. And
Edmund,
that was
Edmund,
the problem.
you
Right.
think
Well,
Edmund has had a one night stand?
college football players, man. I mean,
Okay.
shit happens that way sometimes. He didn't
Okay.
play at a big school, he played in college. But I'm thinking about this on her end. I'm like, you're basically calling me a hoe. You're basically like, you fuck anybody but me. You
Yeah.
fuck all kind of dudes you don't know and you don't care about, and you bust it wide open for them. But I'm just like, this is fucked up. This
Yeah.
is so
No,
fucked up.
honestly, the way he was talking to her, she took to it. I'm glad she ended the conversation and was like, I'm not, let's end this conversation. I'm not doing this
Yes,
anymore because it was going to no, it did go to a disrespectful place and it could
very.
have just escalated even more. And I'm like,
Hmm.
again, what the fuck am I watching? Like,
Right,
are we really watching a grown man cry because his fiance of 2 days
right.
has not had sex? Because you don't even know if the days go by, she gets to know you more, and then she's like, you know what what are these rules that I had anyways? Like, it's just that,
Right.
like, is it really about that? Like, you don't have the adult comprehension to allow your relationship to breathe or to respect your woman and say, like, I trust you. You're getting married in 4 weeks.
Yep.
Actually, it's three.
Yep.
Is it 4 weeks? It's four
It's
weeks.
4 weeks.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna die. And then the thing is,
Uh-uh.
they're doing everything but. It's not like it's a
Probably.
case complete thing. So
Right.
this was so confusing to me. This was terrible at the same time, and I really felt for Calibria. And if we continue to see them do this marriage, I mean, kudos to her. Because for me, I'm like deuces. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
not.
I'm out.
I'm not
I
doing this
couldn't. I
with you.
could not do it. I felt sad for her because I'm like, you put up with a lot of weird behavior from this man
Mhm.
and just kept it pushing. And the second you give him something that he doesn't want to receive from you, this is the reaction that you get. Like, and seemingly she nailed it entirely. Where she was like, if you didn't find out all the other guys weren't having sex, you would not be upset about this. Because you were apparently fine with it when she said, hey, I would like to wait until marriage. Because you told the other guys that and you weren't upset about that at first.
Mhm.
Then you got mad when they were all like, oh, yeah, I mean, we're probably going to fuck again in like, 25, 35 minutes here. Like that was when he lost his mind, was when he
Yeah.
kind of felt like, oh, you're playing me. Like all these other women are giving it up and you're not. And that's fucked up. Like this dude that's not what's up.
Because that's what he said when he said it. She said it the first time. He was like, "I'm the only dude, though." So
Yep.
everybody's
Yep.
race is
Everybody
different.
else
Everything is
could have
different.
sex with you. Like, oh my
So,
God. Ugh.
well, I mean, that was it. This is really long, but we had to get everything in.
Y'all
We
see
had
why I
to
feel
get
sick?
everything in. So, anything else? Is there anything that I'm missing?
I was trying to think if there was anything else from like the previews from next time that I wanted to bring up because I know you haven't seen that part yet. I mean, everyone's fighting, everyone is kissing, so all the shit you would expect. I think the only big thing was that we saw again Patrick and Anna and him saying, "If you were there, I was going to choose you," and so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that interaction.
Hmm.
There was something else. Somebody else had. Brendan was talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
pops up as well, and so I'm interested to see how that goes because I like him better than I like Nick.
yeah. Brendan
So,
is cute, but I think that she
I
had
don't
a
like him for
point.
her.
I think the only issue, no, I think he dodged a bullet, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that I don't like when these people are like, you didn't show me how you felt, so is your feelings dependent on how the other person feels? Everybody
100%.
expresses feelings differently. Like you just want to be adored. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Some people just like to be
Sure.
adored, but it's just like you say your feeling because he's like, I didn't express it because you said you had somebody else. So I'm not going to be the chump that's going to say it. But that's
Right.
what happens when both of you are depending on whatever the other person says or does, to do that. So I'm
Well,
curious to
she
see how
also
that
had
goes.
one more thing that bothered me was she chose the other dude and was like, "You didn't even fight for me. I'm
Yeah.
not going to. I'm not going to. If you tell me you want somebody else, cool. Best of luck. There's other women. I'm not going to sit here and go, no, you have to stay. I'm not begging somebody. I'm not James Brown. Please, please, please. Like, get out of here. No, don't expect me to beg and plead and fight for you if you tell me no. Like, this is
Yeah.
2026. I know better than that.
Yeah.
2025. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself.
You might as well. It's Christmas.
Damn
Merry
near there.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, Brian. It is. You might as well stop. Oh,
You saw
sorry.
my Halloween decorations.
We can't skip your Halloween. I'm sorry. I'm really
Ooh,
sorry
the
about
best.
that. All right. Once again, thanks, Brian, for joining me in this. You guys, I want to hear all your thoughts. I know you guys like to be humble and keep your thoughts to yourself. No, please. Over speak like Edmund. Like I want to hear
Right.
everything and all of the things.
Use a better voice, but
And we might talk about it on the next episode when we recap and talk about some of the thoughts. Like, does Patrick annoy anybody as much as you do? What did you think about the fights? I want to hear it all. But Brian, share with people where they can find you.
Yep, I am at Maps Virgin. Me and my buddy Kim are winding up our coverage of the DC season of Maps, season 10. We are heading toward Decision Day fast. So if you can find that season, apparently it might be on Lifetime again. I don't know. It's been bouncing around.
Who's your source?
You can, right. My source is Hulu Live. I have everything that's ever been on TV in the history of mankind. Like everything is streaming for me. But yeah, you can join us on our Facebook group, the Maths Virgin Fan Club. You can follow us on Instagram and Threads at Maths Virgin. We have a YouTube channel too. I'm not going to post anything until next season starts because I can't be bothered. But like, we have a YouTube channel, so if you want to subscribe and see how we look when the season starts back up, we'll be putting episodes up there the day after we post because I don't want to cannibalize our listeners.
All right, you know where to find me, guys. Altacall, MAFS. You can find me on all the socials, including YouTube, but no video, just audio. So if that's how you prefer, you can go on there and listen to that. Please give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and stay subscribed so you don't miss out on all the episodes. Until next time, guys. Oh, yes, and we will be doing Love is Blind France. The reunion is coming out on the 5th, and we will cover that also because they want to inundate us with all the Love is Blinds at the same time.
Flooded.
Until next time, guys. Bye.